Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 82. We had a plan to start this episode off, but Andy got a little surprise on the way here, so we're going to let him start with this.
Supplies.
It's in the form of 2 tickets.
Two.
No,
I got two.
Now, what do you mean you got 2 tickets on the way here?
Well, I have a hunch they're going to be thrown out, but I'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
To Mr. I can't read your signature.
Mr. Dr. Handwriting.
F you. I'll keep it PG for now.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. So coming into X small town that has a posted 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. This
on the route you drive almost every day.
yeah.
At this point.
Every day that I come to the podcast for sure. But
Right.
yeah, so coming into this said town, there's a 40-mile-an-hour ahead sign, and then there's like one little ranch house, with a long driveway, probably 60 yards up to the house or whatever, and you keep going into the town on the main highway, and then it's a quarter mile
At least,
close
yeah.
Oh, I would say.
till the actual posted 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. So like 99% of people do is you go, whatever your speed is up until the 40, and then you start to go down to about 40.
You
right?
like let off the gas at the sign ahead.
Yeah, or like when you're
know.
within 50 yards of the sign, maybe.
Well, there's a dip as you go down. So usually when I
Yeah.
get to the bottom of that dip, I let off
As
and
you
I
kind of
coast
come up
up.
the hill, it slows you
'cause
down.
that really scrubs
Correct.
a lot of speed.
Yeah.
Correct. Well, when I was doing, let's call it allegedly
Theoretically.
66 at the bottom of the hill, which I was past the 40-mile-an-hour ahead sign by about 20 yards.
Yeah, the like preview warning sign or whatever.
Yeah. The cop was sitting in this driveway, which I've never seen him there before, facing the same way as me. We were both facing east.
Yeah.
And managed to radar me. I'm assuming he was pointing it at like his side mirror. And
I don't know how they do it. They
I
might
don't.
have a front and back radar.
I'm not really sure.
Sometimes they're
honestly.
built in.
No,
I
front
said this
back
was the
one.
new undercover car,
Well,
but I'm like,
It
okay.
probably has 2
And if
radars.
you look closely enough on good days, like the state cops that sit on
Mm-hmm.
the highways, you can see it's like a little camera style in
Yeah.
the back window.
So they probably just have 2 of them.
But
Yeah.
yeah, either way, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I actually didn't even see this guy at all because I've never seen a cop there ever, and I didn't even
it's-
see a car at the bottom of this driveway because there's no light there
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
like
dark.
6:15, so it's already dark.
Yeah,
out.
it's dark out. So I'm like, whatever. I'm driving by and I look up, and as I'm passing him, he turns his headlights on, and then half a second later, his cherries and berries. So I'm like, okay.
at like the second you get past.
I'm not even at the 40-mile-an-hour zone, and
even
I already
close.
know I'm getting pulled over. And I'm like, what the hell? Why?
Yeah, because it's not like there's a bunch of cars back and forth where you could be like, oh, maybe it's not
Yeah,
for
but
me.
so I'm standing on, like, once he turned his headlights on, I'm like, like, what the hell was that? Like, why is there a car there, and why did he turn his headlights on right when I passed him?
The millisecond
Like,
you
literally,
got
we
next
were
to him.
door to door as when he turned his lights on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on to my right?
Yeah.
And then he pulls out, lights me up. I've been on the brakes for
A
couple hundred feet already.
Yeah, already slowing
So I
down.
scrubbed down to like 35. I'm like, well, let me get over. So I'm kind of hugging the shoulder. I'm like, maybe you just got an emergency call and this isn't for me.
He just happens to be trying to rip right past you as you got through town.
Yeah, maybe, but no. I pull over into, like, just past the little bar that's in the town. Mm-hmm. I go up, half a block, whatever, to
Just
get past
get
the
off the
cars.
main street.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, park here. I'm like, no, he followed me. Okay, well,
It's definitely for
This
you.
is going to be fun.
I'm like, it wasn't the 40 yet, was it? Like,
Yeah, you're trying to like think. You're like, did I do
I'm like,
something?
yeah, I'm like, how fast was I going to get pulled over before the speed limit?
because
like,
it'd be one thing if you got past him and you're like, oh, maybe my tail light was out or something.
yeah, no,
But for it to be like as you get next to him, he
yeah,
lights you up.
I'm like, I'm very confused now. So yeah, so we get up. Like, again, he had time to turn the lights on before I hit the sign.
oh yeah. Which,
So I'm like, I'm very confused by all of this, but I'm like, whatever. Like, I'll pull over, get pulled over, license registration. I'm like, yep, here you go.
yep, doing all the things right.
I'm like, he never said it then. And
But like- like he didn't say to you,
he did. He's
no,
like, yeah,
I
doing
still pulled you
66 in a 40, and I'm like,
you're trying to think. You're like, okay, you're saying that, but was
I'm like,
I in
I've
the
literally
40?
driven this road every day for 20 plus
Yeah.
years.
It's like since you can drive and you've been on it before that.
Yeah, I'm
for
like,
years.
I'm very confused, but whatever. And again, so that really kind of emphasis is like, I've never seen a cop sitting in this driveway before because I'm pretty sure you can't do that either way.
the confusion is just adding up.
Yeah, so I'm like, alrighty then. And yeah, he's giving my stuff. He comes back 10 minutes later, probably. He's like, well, here's your ticket. 66 and a posted 40. And I'm like, okay. he's like, and another one for the actual offense of doing 26 over because you were more than 15 over the posted. And I'm like, okay.
At this point, you're just trying to.
I literally just said okay to both times. He's like, well, do you have any questions? I'm like, well, yeah. Isn't there like a speed limit ahead sign? He's like, yeah, about 100 yards before where I clocked you at. I'm like,
yeah. Like, that's what
yeah.
I thought. Yeah.
And I'm like, and then the posted sign, like the 40 actual white sign. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, so that's where I got clocked at was before the 40 sign. He's like, yes. I'm like,
so you got clocked for speeding in a speed zone that you weren't in.
in a reduced speed zone, which is like, I get it. I should have been slowing down. But at the same time, like when written on this ticket is 40, is 66 and a 40.
Yeah.
Not 66 and a 55, which I would have taken gladly.
Yeah.
66 and a 40. And I'm like, why?
That doesn't add up at all.
No.
Yeah, so I'm like, I am very confused.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're like, okay, I was definitely speeding, I earned this, whatever.
Oh yeah, no, I was literally like,
Yeah.
honestly, I'll be honest, I was driving kind of hard because it was cold. Like, I started my car, drove to the gas station, filled it up, and then was on my way to the podcast.
Why were you speeding? My car's
car's
thermostat is
cold.
shit and it's cold.
Yeah, literally, it was not up to temp by the time I got pulled over. I'm like, I'm cold now, and now I have my window down
Yeah.
with the heat crank because I'm like, I don't want to roll it back up, just to roll it back down.
You're like, I'd
with
be
my
speeding
crank
more if I had
windows.
more horsepower,
Yeah,
but I can't.
that was my thought process. I'm like, no one's gonna believe me that I got a ticket in a car that makes almost 100 horsepower.
That new fuel
Did you
pump.
drive the Subaru?
Yeah.
Oh, no
It's-
wonder.
Yeah, it's not my
Okay.
truck. No, this is the Subaru. This is
Okay,
my
no.
100 horsepower rally
He probably
car
heard you
shit
coming
box.
before you crested
Okay,
that
no,
hill.
He thought I was doing 100 because it's a fuck. I got no muffler on it, but yeah, he's like, oh yeah, no, just 11 over 55 or
shit box.
26 over 40.
I believe you there because my car didn't start blowing heat until I almost got to the 4-way stop before going in the Tonica.
Oh, yeah. It
My
takes,
car
like,
doesn't blow heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean don't get me wrong. Like, mine
1.5
will
element.
build heat, but like no, I started it up in town, did 25 or
3
30 up
blocks,
to the
yeah.
to the gas station, let it idle while getting gas, then drove up the road. What's that? 3 miles till I got pulled over
least.
till the lights were on.
Oh, if only, yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
could
I'm
be
like,
more than that.
Okay, like I'm still cold.
Still.
So
you put that new fuel pump in, now you got all this extra horsepower, and it's just getting carried away.
yes,
It's
God
extra, like,
forbid.
10 horsepower you freed
Yeah.
up.
So yeah,
So you're just genuinely confused.
yeah. And him talking to me didn't clear it up either because I wanted to argue with him then, but I'm like, this is going to be pointless. But he says, hey, your court date is January 23rd. I'm like, all right, fair. And my only question this whole time was, where does the speed limit start? At the sign or at the slow down ahead sign?
And as far as I've always been aware, it is when you cross the sign is when the zone
Yes,
changes.
the posted yellow sign, not the speed ahead sign.
Not the ahead sign.
Yeah,
It is,
whatever posted speed limit ahead.
And I believe
it
there's
is
a
the white
small-
sign. Yeah.
There's a small buffer zone in like 100 meters each way of like,
Yeah.
technically you could cross it at 41 and it wouldn't be speeding.
Yeah.
As long as you're slowing down appropriately.
Yeah.
But I can't believe.
And like I said, he scared me so much for being on the side of the road there in a arguably unsafe spot to catch radar.
to sit on the edge of the road in the
That
dark.
like,
in a
yeah, I'm
dark
like,
car.
okay, yeah, it'd be one thing if he had his headlights on, but no, it was entirely
or running
off
lights or
until I
something.
passed him, and then the headlights, and then warning lights.
See, and that's the thing
shares
I
and
don't
barriers.
understand because you can't use a radar in a mirror. It doesn't work like that.
Well, yeah,
Well,
it might
I don't
have a
know.
rear-facing
I'm not
radar.
exactly
Yeah,
sure if
but
he did
still.
in like if it was a handheld in the mirror. Let's say it says
I mean, if it's a new car, I
it
would
says
assume it's
HH radar.
HH
Yeah.
radar.
radar.
That'd be handheld radar.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's what HH would stand for, I
Yeah.
assume. You know.
Yeah, I would say looking at it, it says road conditions, visibility, method is HH radar with a cross in it, and then it says C dot signed.
Horizontal transmit, horizontal receive.
So not handheld.
No.
So that's a style of
It's a
radar.
type.
okay.
It's a
Yeah.
type of radar signal.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess that makes sense then. But still.
Okay, so yeah, if it was mounted to the front and the back of the car, that'd be an easy way to get radar. I got it.
Yeah, I mean that adds up. But
Yeah.
but still, the fact of like you're not in the.
I'm not
zone
in
yet.
the zone. The zone is the city limits of that town.
Yeah,
Is
essentially,
40,
yeah.
ideally. So it's like, yeah, I wasn't in that yet.
Right.
Like literally, his lights were on, so he had to have known I was speeding before I was even in the zone. Lit me up before the zone, and I also slowed down before the zone because he scared the fuck out of me.
Right. Which all of that sounds like.
So I'm like, I'm very confused.
Yeah,
And driving away from that, coming to the podcast, because I still had another 10-minute drive, I'm like, I don't care if I'm taking off work. I am absolutely going to court. And I hope he shows up so I can have an argument, because most of the time it just gets thrown out. The cop doesn't show up for the court date.
Right.
So, like, I really kind of do.
You gotta
like,
hope he shows up so you
Yeah.
can actually, like, at least for sure be like,
Yeah.
yes, I was right, or no, apparently there is a law on this.
Yeah.
But I've never heard a law that says you need to start slowing down before the sign.
No.
Yeah. Again,
Because-
I will take what is rightfully owed or what I
Yeah.
deserve to pay. I get
11
that.
over.
Sure,
Because
but
there's
that's not what
places-
these tickets are written for.
No. There's places where it goes from like 55 to 45 to 35.
Yeah.
And that makes a ton
No,
of
this
sense.
is unposted, aka 55,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
is every Illinois
Every-
unposted
every
road
standard highway road ever.
to a 40,
40.
ahead
Yes.
to a 40.
Yes.
And you were planning on slowing down by
I mean,
40.
ideally, yeah. Again, I've done this for 20 years. I know how fast I need to go through that town.
And it's the same way coming the other way, too. There's
Yes.
another posted 40-mile-an-hour
Yes,
sign.
but it's
and then the
unposted
actual-
before then.
Yes.
And there is a ways between the
Yes.
ahead and the
there's a
actual
warning
posted.
sign, and then there's an actual...
Yeah, it's like,
limit
dude, how much
posting.
do you want to like? How much do you want to push this?
Yeah, why is
Quota pusher.
that's the thing. It's like,
Whatever.
like a
I've-
speed reduction sign is what it's called.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
not a school zone ahead. It was not a construction ahead. It was just a standard, this speed limit
Literally.
ahead.
Yeah.
So
I say, I'm looking through like laws trying to see if there's like a thing. It's like, oh, you have to like prove that you're going to start slowing. Like you have to like make an effort to slow down.
yeah.
But I can't imagine that would be a thing.
Again, I was on my brakes so
no.
hard because he scared the shit out of me because I didn't see that there was a car on the side of the road because
But-
it's dark.
Just because your brake lights aren't on doesn't mean that you're not on the gas.
Especially you being in a manual
So you
car.
can be
exactly,
engine
yeah.
You
braking.
could be
Yeah.
engine braking and rolling. Like I'll
Yeah.
slow down to second gear without
Right.
touching the brakes most
Yeah.
of the time. Like you throw it in third gear and let it cruise down. Like it's
Yeah.
totally normal.
I did. I actually slammed into second gear or fourth gear. I'm like, what is
Money
like, I'm like,
shift.
I was
Reverse.
I was genuinely scared. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Oh my god. Yeah.
So yeah.
It's just such a
Yeah.
strange thing.
And again, I got two separate tickets, one for the speeding, one for it being over a certain posted.
Yes. Because
So, or yeah, or whatever
15
he claimed it to
over
be.
is it
is more than
is-
reckless.
is-
Yeah,
I thought it was
Yeah.
25. Was where reckless was.
it should be 15.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's 15.
I don't know. No,
Yeah,
I've never
because you have
got
to be doing
ticket.
70 in a 55 to get
Reckless.
reckless, technically. Or well, yeah, but since he claims I was in a 40,
Yeah.
yeah,
He's going to try.
yeah. So we'll see. But
Wow,
yeah,
what a kick in the fucking nads.
yeah, I really didn't have anything else to bring to the podcast today. I was just like, well, I got two things to bitch about. So
There you go.
yeah, and yeah, now I'm kind of just confused about how laws work. Just
I say the whole section on speed reduction signs says nothing about you have to prove you're slowing down. I
Yeah.
see nothing in here.
yeah.
Do you want me to prove it right now? I can ask somebody I know.
I mean, that's not that,
I'm gonna show up to court and I'm gonna be
yeah,
like,
I
hey,
just-
you have
throwing
to.
this out
It's on
here.
your ticket.
Oh, yeah.
You have to show up.
yeah, it does say
so-
required.
So you're going to show up to court and be like, hey, what the fuck? And the judge will
I'll
go,
just print out the Wikipedia for a Subaru Legacy and be like, sir, it says 102 horsepower from the factory. That was 27 years ago.
be like, sir, this car has drums in the rear and they don't work very good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what was I supposed to do? Slow down?
Yeah.
But no, realistically, it's like you print out the map, you label all the spots.
Oh, yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
explain to me
Come
what
prepared.
crime I committed because
Yeah.
I don't understand any of this.
Yeah.
Like, this seems-
Was I committing a crime? Yes. Was it the one that I got 2 tickets for? Absolutely not.
just play dumb on that.
Well, yeah, I
Just,
know.
like,
Yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong.
Like-
yeah, an unposted road is 55. Was I doing more than that? Sure. It's
like, show me
these
where the-
tickets. These tickets are not labeled for that.
now I know you've used a ticket lawyer before for when you
That-
were actually speeding.
That was $1,100 by the time it was done with it, and I really could not get caught
No,
for that.
no,
that
you-
was like 30 over.
you literally did that crime.
Yes.
But it's like, I don't know if there was a reason to be like, hey,
Yeah, no, I don't. I'd rather just fight this myself, and if I lose, I'll pay the tickets because it'll still be cheaper than calling in the lawyer.
Right.
But yeah,
That's
no,
a
my
ticket.
other one was in a Mustang. It was a posted 55, but I was
speeding.
I agreed to 80 mile an hour, allegedly doing 100 plus.
Yeah. Couldn't
So-
prove you were doing 100 plus, but
Yes,
man,
but
it sure
he,
looked like
he said I was pacing you doing 80, and I'm like, well, boy, I was doing 80 then,
Yeah, I'll take 80. That's fine.
and that's what he wrote
So,
down.
80 mile an
He
hour.
was more understanding than this cop. Just
Real-
as far as like the situation at hand, I guess.
Realistically, I can't imagine this is hard to beat. Like, here's the road on this piece
Yeah,
of paper.
here's the sign. Here's where
Yeah,
the
here's where
lights
you
were
stopped
on
me.
at. So I don't
Like,
know.
explain to me how I was in a 40-mile-an-hour zone before the zone starts.
Yeah, that's
Like,
my,
well,
yeah.
you weren't slowing down. You're like, I was going to.
Yeah, I
Like,
did. What you scared the shit out of me because you
Don't
fucking
even
lit me up.
Don't
but
even
still
say that.
before
Be
the
like,
sign.
I'm driving a manual car. I was already in the process
Yeah,
of downshift.
I was
Yeah.
getting ready to downshift a gear and start coasting in. Like, I would have been slowed down by the sign. You can't
Or not coasting, engine
Yeah.
braking.
engine brake.
Yeah.
No, you can't prove that I
you
wasn't
cannot prove
going to slow
that I
down.
was not in or already in the process
Till-
Of slowing
of
down.
slowing down.
Until your dash cams in, like, I'm going to speed through this zone. Just some like.
I just feel like being an asshole today. Fuck this town.
Speeding through town
let me
today.
let me continue to do 11 over 55.
Yeah, incriminate the shit out of yourself. Now they're
Yeah.
gonna pull
Right.
this clip, and it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
no,
gonna
that's
send
not.
it- send
Again,
this
I've
to the
done.
This is all
I've done
satire.
40 mile an hour through this town every time I've gone through it for
Yeah.
20
Like,
plus years.
This is an infamous speed zone. It's like there's
Yes.
almost always a
Yeah.
cop.
Again, I can point out every single cop or spot that cops typically sit.
Yeah, I always set my crews going through that town because I
Same.
know there's
Yep.
going to be
Yeah.
a cop in it at some point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
42 is as much as I'll go if I'm
Yep.
in a hurry.
Yeah.
Like, I will not speed through that town.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, this was just a lot of confusion and
And it's not. So when's your court date's like what? January?
January
Late Jan-
23rd, yeah.
Late January.
Good
Yeah.
Lord.
So we have a month until you figure this out. We can
Damn.
build a hell of a case.
was
I
gonna
know.
say,
I'm like we're gonna put a
Three-ring
projector
binder.
on a cart and a fucking.
Can we all be your
PowerPoint.
legal team? Can we all dress up in suits?
Yes, please.
And all of us represent
I got my
you?
wedding attire.
Let's go.
I also have a suit.
I can bring my Christmas
It'd be way
sweater.
funnier. Hey, it'd be way funnier if you guys brought or wore Hawaiian shirts. I'll be honest.
I got those too. I got enough for all of us.
We got plate carriers and Hawaiian shirts. We could do this up.
I don't think they'd let us into the courthouse
Why
in a
not?
plate
No
carrier.
plates,
Why
you're
not?
fine.
I'll put
Just the
plate-
carriers.
The plates are ceramic. They're
Yeah,
fine.
fair.
They won't set off the metal detector.
It may raise some eyebrows before you get upstairs, but yeah.
Prove it's illegal. That's
I may
all
or
I'm
may
saying.
not have already been in this courthouse once.
Yeah, yeah. We would not help your defense much by doing by starting crimes.
Who the hell are these three idiots? My legal team
We're-
officer.
we are-
Bro, look at my lawyer. I'm gonna fucking lose.
We are legal.
I'm going to prison for life. Fuck. It started with a speeding ticket, son of a bitch.
Your Honor, I plead death penalty. You're like, can you do that?
It's like,
I guess.
yeah.
I'm a legal consultant. I don't have to pass the bar for that. It's fine. I watch Suits. I know what I'm doing.
You finished that yet?
Oh, I watched it like a year ago.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I
It's a good
watch
show,
Suits
but-
and I love the show Cops.
Oh my! We could
And
be
I
on
just
Cops.
started Better Call Saul.
If we play this right, we could end up on Cops.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be a sight worth seeing.
I might take Thursday off.
Let's do the podcast live from the courtroom, like Andy's death sentence. Like I was gonna let you go, but you guys are idiots.
Yeah. Fuck. Gotta make an example out of you.
Your Honor, let's settle at 75 and a 30. You'd be like, what? Who are these guys? We just slowly plead you up to jail.
Oh, it's way worse than I have a CDL too. Fuck.
Oh,
I just thought about that right now. Fuck.
that's actually like a legitimate problem.
Yeah. But again,
What would that do to your CDL? I guess
Uh,
there'd be points against that
Yeah.
too. Like, would you be on?
I mean,
the-
I wasn't operating a commercial vehicle.
Still,
but
I've heard it doesn't matter.
It
Yeah.
still counts against you point wise.
again,
Conveniently, you're not driving truck for work right now.
yeah.
But
yeah.
you
but
may have to like retake your test if your legal team fails you here.
Yeah.
You might have to retake your CDL.
I'll just
test.
settle for the
Guys.
death penalty at that point.
we're gonna have to go to Goodwill and get briefcases.
We just go get like quad XL suits and briefcases.
Oh my god.
Like dragging the fucking arms on the ground.
We should.
we
no,
bring-
we should do the kids in a kids
Trench
dressed
coat?
up in-
Yeah.
on each other's shoulders.
Hello,
I would have
sir.
laughed so hard you guys getting through the fucking metal detector 3 up.
Not 3. We can do 2.
We go side by side.
yeah.
One big coat.
No.
We identify as Wyatt Kanye.
Me and Brian on the bottom, Nick on top. We'll do pyramid style.
Sir, why is your crotch speaking?
What's the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse dude? And he's like huge.
When asked why they cosplayed White Kanye,
such a
their
fucking
response,
hoe.
"I'm a sick fuck. I like
We're
to
just gonna
dress up."
we're gonna walk in dressed like this, and Andy's going to jail.
Pull up Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
Like, what do you want me to pull up from that?
Just
Yeah.
a wide dude.
Spider-Verse wide.
Wide.
Stock image of it.
I have no clue what
You,
you're talking
what do you
about.
want from me?
What?
Here?
Why? Just type in.
Is it
I
just
just searched
Spider-Man?
wide.
who's
Yeah, it's
wide?
Spider-Man. No, it's not Spider-Man.
more
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Big Boss.
Big boss.
Who the fuck is this guy? Yeah,
Any
we
more
fucking
pictures of
Lordy.
Spider-Man?
we're all walking in like this, and then Andy's going to jail.
Yeah.
Send this man straight to the penis explosion chamber.
Can we bring more evidence of crimes you've committed?
Bring the draggy in.
Like, Your
fucking-
Honor, you don't even know about all this.
Yeah.
all my Instagram videos of me doing burnouts in the 6-liter.
He's sped
You may
way
want to make
worse.
that private.
We'll be talking like, you remember when you almost got a DUI on your fucking scooter in Kentucky? The judge is like, I'd like to know about
Surely
this.
I've said that.
He has no jurisdiction.
You might as well go through it again. It's a
Yeah,
good story.
yeah. I
Yeah,
fucking.
that's a good
Was that
story.
Indiana? Was that
That was
Shop-
Tennessee.
No, yeah, that's
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I rode my Harley at the time. This was on. I was doing 410, so I left Friday morning to go down and meet some buddies in Kentucky. So I rode my Harley Street Glide from where we live down to Covington, Kentucky,
That sounds
like right next to Louisville, essentially.
Yep.
And made it there. I was, surely
Surely not
obeying the
speeding.
speed
You've
limit.
never sped
I made
before.
a 6.5 hour ride in 5.5 on
well,
a Harley.
time change. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Yeah, thanks for
The
the
time that jumps
Stop
an hour the
incriminating
wrong
yourself.
way.
Yeah. But yeah, made it down there in good time. Hung out with my buddies. Waited till his guys were off work. We went from Louisville down to Pigeon Forge, where we had a hotel. And since I was in the mood to ride bikes, my buddy brought his Grom just as kind of like we were going to a truck show, which is just parking lot with a bunch of modified trucks, whatever.
of drunk 20-year-olds.
So we just needed something to like ride around, like run to the gas station, whatever. What we all failed to realize is that you have to have a motorcycle license or a
Helmet.
a motorcycle license and a helmet.
You have to have helmets in
Illinois,
Tennessee.
yeah, Illinois is a non-helmet state, which is like one of like 10.
We're one of very few that we're
Especially in the
non-helmet.
Midwest, we are basically the only one with no helmet laws.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky and Tennessee both are. So I was, we were out of beer to say the least, and
As
I'm
you
like,
do.
hey, I'm gonna go run to the nearest. I think I went to like a CVS and picked up a case of beer, put it in my backpack, and I'm riding back on. I'm on the strip of Pigeon Forge,
Mm-hmm.
so. We're just cruising light to light. I'm on a Grom. I'm weaving in and out of traffic because it's all doing 5 mile an hour anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I got there. It's a giant party essentially because it's this giant truck show weekend. So got people in the back of trucks like, "Where's your helmet at?" I'm wearing a hat at the time. I'm like, "Right here." What do you mean?
Yeah, from looking
And
at this map, we're just like, oh, no helmet law here and here. Everyone else has like some requirements.
Yeah.
And the rest, like, all these orange states that you rode through all have helmet laws.
Yeah. So they're like, "Where's your helmet?" I'm like, "Oh, like I got my hat. We're good,
I'm
dude."
wearing it.
I
Skull
drive
cap.
up. I weave in between like 2 or 3 more cars. Another group of like a truck bed full of people are like, "Where's your helmet at?" I'm like, "Oh,
no.
shit!" Not even another block ahead, I get lit up.
You're like, wait,
I'm
they're
like,
onto something.
No, you're kidding me, right? And so pull over. It's a lady officer, probably in her 50s, like love to talk to her.
Enough you could spit game at her, but not so much.
A little bit, enough to bargain my way out of. I was able to.
Going to jail.
Well, I was able to not go to jail. I was able to ride the bike through a couple of parking lots to the road that my hotel was on,
Did you have to push it once you were back on the main road?
Yeah,
then?
once I was on the road again, I had to push it.
You had to push this, I don't know, 300 some pound
Yeah,
bike
250, 200,
up and
250, I
down
don't know.
hills and stuff.
Yeah, push it up a like long, like drawn out hill because it's Tennessee. We're in hill country. Push it up. Yeah, I'm getting off like more off the strip now. So yeah, it's immediately a hill. Push it up the hill. I was recording a Snapchat during that. I remember, but get to the top of the hill and I'm like, well, at least it's downhill now. I can at least sit on it like a bicycle. Like I don't have to
It's
ride
just
it.
gravity, man.
Yeah, well, so like now I get to coast and like coasted into the fucking hotel parking lot, fired it up, and then like rode to the back where my buddies were all hanging out. I'm like, guys,
ain't gonna
we
believe
can't
this."
ride this anymore.
I'm in trouble.
We're in so
Yeah.
much trouble.
They're like, what do you mean? And they're like, I was like, yeah, it's a helmet state. They're like, oh, none of us
Oh,
realize
no.
that, and
Yeah.
none of us have one. I'm like, whatever, man.
Not ideal.
But yeah, we proceeded to like get shitty and fucking do burnouts and
Like-
shit in the
like
parking lot of the
story.
hotel for another like 3 hours.
No, you
Yeah.
guys couldn't.
Maybe.
Couldn't be you guys.
It's a good time.
Couldn't be any of you.
But yeah,
How
That
many
was another
seconds does it
alleged
take me to
story.
prove crimes? Let's see.
I don't. Oh god, one.
I need to scroll past all the other crimes you've committed.
Oh, to try to find that. I don't know if that one's on. There's one, yeah.
But I remember your
Skitties.
I mean, they
Hell yeah. It was
they sound
282 weeks ago.
Been a
God, that's a
long
long
time.
time.
Oh, look, here's it broken, the normal.
Getting hauled by another
Getting
6
hauled on
liter.
your own trailer out of there.
Yeah.
Junk.
Stupid rain.
Imagine being young and buying fucking stuff. Goofy ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, yeah, you've almost been arrested a few times. You never once sped. I mean, that'd be crazy.
No.
Couldn't be you.
Nothing's
No.
on my record that says I do. So
That's true. This, having your Cobra ticket off
Yeah.
of your tickets
Yeah.
actually is probably really helpful right now.
I have had a couple written warnings for speeding.
That's fine.
Oh,
But, like, if you have
fuck.
the, like, pleated 80 in a 55,
yeah, no.
you'd be like, oh,
Well, that's what I agreed upon in the situation. That's what the ticket was written for, was
Right.
80 and a 55.
But
But he
it's like-
actually bumped that down to a 75 too, because he's like, I don't want you to get like reckless, but like
Yeah.
we're gonna. 74 is what he
He's
wrote.
gonna give you the least of the least.
he's like,
here.
you really
Yeah.
fucked up, but
basically.
yeah.
But yeah,
if
that was that was statute of limitations. That was a long time ago.
yeah, if that was on your record still, they'd be like, "Oh, you're just a serial offender." Like,
I'm like,
jail.
Yeah.
Your legal team, however,
At the very least,
The white
I did get a
dipshits in the
written
back.
warning.
like a week ago. Probably.
No, a couple months ago
Nah,
in the
nah.
same county.
It's fine.
Is it the same cop?
No,
Are
no.
you-
I
okay,
went to
yeah.
high school with the one cop who gave me a written warning. So,
Oh, okay, sure.
yeah, but-
Were you speeding?
yes.
What? 20,
shit.
26 over?
13.
You're going to
I
jail.
think the last time I got pulled
This is why I
over-
need my this is why I need my attorney.
Was it on Peoria Street?
Your Honor,
I was,
take him to
is
jail.
Peoria Street where the water.
Yeah, it was
store
the
is?
young
Yeah,
cop.
Yeah,
I
it
saw-
was the
I
young
saw
cop,
him today.
and he's like, "You were going a little fast here. It's the 40." And I'm like, "Dude, everybody speeds." He's like, "Yep. I'm gonna give you a verbal warning. By the way, love all the stickers on the shit box. Have a good day." And I was like,
Yeah.
"This dude's cool as fuck."
Hell
This
yeah.
guy
So-
gets it.
I talked to him today because his
Yeah, 'cause you know him.
Yeah, his fiance just opened up a bakery in LaSalle. we were,
Oh, is that the bakery people?
yeah.
Oh, we need to go
We,
there.
we were just we were talking about that situation somehow. He's like, "Oh, that's your buddy's Super?" I'm like, "Yeah, we bought it." Like,
It's
out
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Your buddy's got this pile of shit. I didn't know it could
And then
speed.
I bought another one.
Well, no, he
to
said like
fix it.
He said like I see it around town all the time. Every time I see the stickers, I just laugh.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
point.
Oh man, Andy's going to jail.
Yeah.
Fucking serial offender.
Well, I'm at least going to court. That's for sure. We have a date.
If we show up, it's not going well.
By the time we get done, wait, do we have the death penalty in Illinois?
No.
No.
We will by the time we're done.
Your Honor, I request firing squad.
Yo.
Plead it up to murder.
On an entirely separate note, how do you get put on a firing squad?
Hey, cigarette mouth. Don't worry, Andy. I'm gonna put you down clean.
Yeah, brings a cigar.
Thank
into the
you, Dale
courtroom.
Gribble.
Give the gun to Bobby. He'll put me down clean.
I love that clip.
Oh, I do. And that was on like one of the early seasons.
the
That was, like-
first season
Yeah, that
is-
was like 1 or 2. It was very early.
The first season of King of the Hill is unbelievable.
Bobby goes for
God,
the
yeah.
gun.
Okay, he tries grabbing the rifle out of the cop's hand.
You get arrested for doing that nowadays.
It's such a good show.
My firearm. My tax dollars paid for it.
Yeah, if you haven't watched King of the Hill, just go watch the whole thing. It's so good.
I'm on like season 6 or something.
you
You say you're getting close to the end there, bud.
He's probably already passed
don't
me.
tell me that.
I think I'm selling like 5.5 or something.
That honestly, that's probably the worst part of King of the Hill is the end. Like you finish the last episode and you're like, "Fuck, that was it." Shit, I wish I would have known that sooner.
you don't want to. You
Reunion
gotta live in
next
the.
year.
You gotta live in the moment while you're
Yeah,
Oh,
but-
fuck, I'm on season 7.
out of what? Does it say how
I don't
many?
know. Oh,
I think
Is it
it's 8 or 9.
That's not good for Andy. He's gonna run a gabagool to look at.
So what? No.
Well, that's the
fucking
problem
big
is like I'll watch 2 or 3 episodes of King of the Hill after I watch an episode of Sopranos.
Use that to wind down.
Kind of. Well, more or less like I know how long it is till I got to go to bed. So.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no
But
point
yeah.
in starting an hour-long episode.
Well, yeah, I'll say if I don't want to start an hour-long episode, I'll just watch 2 episodes of King of the Hill. But,
Dale, get out of the tub. We're gonna steal a news van.
Oh no, there's
how will they
there's
report
13
it?
seasons.
Yeah, I thought there
all right,
was
so
a
you're
lot.
in the middle.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of seasons.
God, yeah, you guys scared me for a second there.
My bad.
Yeah. Shit.
Okay. Yeah. Marcus has a dip, but that's fine. We'll just keep going
Oh.
on Andy going to jailio. But
Right.
Yeah.
But no, that happens. All right. So, how can we get you in jail for this? For just a light speeding offense? Let's go dig up the street signs and move them to make it a crime.
Well, no,
You say you want to fucking do that after this? We'll go in my car.
Let's go run over the street signs. There's no
for evidence, you just bring in my Instagram and like all of the like
A whole
draggy clips
slideshow
and, like
of you committing other
like there's
crimes.
this and like what is the statute of limitation on speeding?
Yeah. You're like, how bad could it really be? Like, well,
Yeah.
here's him street racing, speeding.
Yeah,
doing
there's
rounds.
a couple of videos of those. Fuck.
But those are all on closed courses, obviously.
Yeah, obviously professional drivers.
You know, we've got receipts for race courses, like twice or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
My bachelor
You know.
party.
Yeah, exactly. We race all the time.
Correct,
Just
correct.
not on the road. 'cause
We're a
that'd
bunch
be-
of racists.
You can't just do that.
Yes.
Just pops back in for a yes.
Fuck.
That's wild. But anyway, okay. So
See you, bud.
See ya.
yeah. So Andy's going to jail. What other crimes can you commit? I mean, you've done them all. I'm just gonna bring in this section. Like, you remember that time you ran over to that bum? Like, no. You're like, oh, it didn't happen. I made it up.
I mean, I
he's,
can-
he's done some good though. Like, thanks for saving that cat out of the tree for me, man.
We're not making up lies. Come
thanks
on.
for letting me borrow your
Stop it.
Lamborghini. You're such a nice guy. It's like everyone on
Yeah,
Twitter
thanks for
just
letting me
fucking-
whip the cobra.
if it ran.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh,
okay.
Jesus.
So you're going to jail. Nick, how are you doing? Are you going to jail?
Have you done anything?
Have you done
illegal
any
activities
crimes?
lately?
I've been unemployed for a week, and I kind of want to kill myself.
Yeah, imagine. Oh, I don't know, a year straight of it, brother.
You can take Andy's death penalty.
I have a start date. Okay, so
Oh,
there's a
must be
light at the
nice.
end of the tunnel
Oh,
here.
you have a
but-
potential job coming up,
Holy fuck! Yeah,
or is it like an actual like you have
Yeah.
this job, or
yeah.
it's
No,
like,
I have this job. But
Sick.
Yeah, January. It's a problematic date. January 6th.
Ah,
It's a
fine.
good date in history. What could go wrong?
World War III starts that day. It's fine.
Yeah.
You'll only have a half day. You'll be out by lunch.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah.
National, they're like, oh, it's 9/11. Like, at least I got a half day. Like, fuck. It doesn't just work like that.
So yeah, I got like 2 more
Oh.
weeks. Of
2 more
being
weeks of fun
unemployed.
employment.
Yeah.
Conveniently, it's
I mean,
Christmas,
yeah, it's Christmas and New
Year's.
Year's, so that's kind of
That's true,
kind of
yeah.
a good thing.
It helps break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do a fucking bullshit like work a day,
Monday,
off
and
Tuesday, Wednesday, come back Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
the first week of January.
Yeah, that's
It's all
worse.
Fucked up.
I'm just gonna take the rest of the month off. I'm done. I'm going home.
You could.
I think I have like a week
I think your
of
boss
vacation.
owes you of some vacation.
I think I have a whole week of vacation left to use.
I was
I'm
gonna
just
say,
like,
yeah. I thought you had a bunch of PTO. You said.
Oh, I
last
do.
week.
I just never use it. I never
yeah,
do anything.
we don't really do a lot during
All
the middle of the year.
All of my
Really?
vacations are the last week of December because
Yeah.
it's just when I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I'm like, hey, I'm just not going to show up. He's like, you live at work. Like, I know.
Also, you can plan to take some in March. I don't know when your hire date was, but for
we
Winterfest.
just run it yearly, but
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
just because it's the way shit's weird now.
Fair.
The new
Yeah.
state law is like you earn vacation time per hours worked, but I already had a week of vacation time.
Oh.
So we're like, does it expire? Does it not expire?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I think
we don't
I think
know.
that's up to like the actual business.
Yeah, but the actual business is just some dude who just
Yeah.
uses
Well,
QuickBooks. He doesn't know either.
Right.
Fair.
Right.
We're just like, what are we doing here? Like, does it expire? Because if it does, then I have to use it.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then do I get more or does it wasted? So I have to use it anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. It's vacation time doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, just take off next week and come over and let's finish the
I
Jeep.
got plenty of stuff I can do.
Son of a bitch.
Did you get your drive shafts?
Yes.
Because you were on the phone with me.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, I waited basically all day Saturday.
Because they said they were delivering
Well,
at like what 9 or 10.
They were originally it said Monday, and I'm like, cool. Like that is pretty
That's
fast
still
shipping. That was
because
that,
you ordered them Thursday or no, you ordered them Monday
yeah.
because you ordered them Monday.
Monday they were built on
Tuesday.
Tuesday. They were shipped by Wednesday, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay,
Nice.
cool. Like
Which is still
following
stupid
Monday,
fast.
Monday for shipping. Like, yeah, hey, I'm okay with that.
Cool shit.
Got an update Saturday early morning of like your shipping's been rescheduled for between 9 and 1 p.m. 9 a.m. 1 p.m. I'm like,
You're like, that's
cool. I'm gonna be
that's
out there
10A.
anyway. I'll fuck around,
Yeah.
you know, like
Wait
get
for the
drive
truck
shaft,
driver,
check
yeah.
everything, whatever. Checked my shit at about 3 p.m. and it's like, just kidding. It's between 2 and 6 p.m. I'm like, cool. Good thing I have another hour or two of work left.
And let
Let's
me
fuck
guess,
around and
this
do
is
that.
FedEx.
No, it was UPS actually.
What?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
pretty-
UPS is usually
That's why I
really
was
good,
kind of
yeah.
surprised. I'm like, Okay.
All
Like,
the
I was
time
kind of
FedEx
bummed.
is like, it'll be at noon.
Yeah,
And
no.
noon to 1.
No,
and 9.
UPS, I kind of try. I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of surprised. But
That's-
whatever. It did start snowing that day, so I figured maybe what
were-
either way.
Did they end up delivering it on Saturday or no?
No, I stayed there till 7 o'clock because I'm like, maybe 6 o'clock's just kind of a reference. I'm like,
6-ish.
I doubt anybody wants to like work late on a Saturday, but
It might be like, oh, they're
whatever.
going to be in Hennepin area at
Yeah,
6, and you're like,
yeah.
well, I'm not in town, so
yeah,
maybe,
yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm like, all right, whatever, we'll wait. Yeah, 7:15 rolls around. I'm like, I'm gonna leave now because I'm over this.
Yeah. They're clearly not showing up today.
Yeah. So eventually, left there Saturday.
Mm.
We got no other updates on Sunday. Monday, it was like 12:30. I got out there, and it was like, or no, it was 12:40. I remember it was like. I got there at 12:46. They were delivered 12:41. I'm like, these have been sitting outside for 5 minutes.
Like, this is
Sick.
perfect.
Like,
Yeah.
love
Instead of
that.
waiting, I'd call it 10 hours on fucking Saturday.
Yeah.
You're like,
But,
they've
yeah.
been here for 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, but they look awesome. I greased the shit out of them.
Because that's what
I did
everybody
not
says. is
install
the
them.
splines.
One, because we have to take apart the rear axle, so
Yeah.
there's no point in putting that
You
in
could
yet.
put the front in, but there's no point.
Well,
really
I'm gonna
yet.
wait till it's welded,
Okay.
just so there's not heat transferring through like the pinion. There shouldn't be,
There
but
shouldn't
whatever.
be. It's the heat will go into the carrier. The carrier's not going to put it through the
fair.
pinion.
Yeah. Now,
If you heat
I
up-
thought about it. I'm like, I'll just leave it out for now. And then the second you just said that, I'm like, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
no
if you
sense.
heat
But
the
either way.
spider gears enough to heat the carrier, to heat the ring gear, to
That's
heat the
a
pinion,
problem. Yeah, I know I have 220, but that's a lot.
this new 220 life, you're fucking so fancy. I mean,
Goddamn,
you're
yeah.
laying down welds that aren't the worst things I've seen all year.
Correct. I was
Like-
a little bit proud of this. I'll be honest.
This is actually like halfway decent welding.
Yeah.
Other than whatever the fuck this is.
That's
What
the old weld. So
Coke line.
Okay.
So
I'm like, what?
this bracket, you can see down to your right.
Like this over here? Or
No,
like
that chunk. That's what I cut out. I cut out about 3.5, 4 inches of material.
so much.
So it was wide and it tapered down to where
yeah, you
like
can
whatever
see like
I
the
cut off
backside
was.
is like a cut line right here.
Yeah, that was the original. This was just
up-
kind of tapered. So I'm like, I'll just kind of set it in the same box.
I gotcha.
So like I was like, I'll just weld right on top of what was left of the old metal.
There's no
Weld
point
it
in
up.
cutting all
This
this
is plenty
old stuff
strong.
flat, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm like, we're good there.
Yeah,
like it'll be fine.
220 volt is doing your welder justice. It actually looks happy. You didn't wrap
Yeah.
the corner. but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You got like one pass.
I think
all
I
this.
tacked like 4 or 5
Yeah.
spots. I'm like, all right, we're good.
It ain't
Burn
going
it
nowhere.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, it looks fairly good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For going from 110 volt in your garage with sketchy wiring to this,
Yeah.
You're like-
very happy.
you're like, wait, I can actually weld things. here
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that did get a little rough is I think I hit the duty cycle when I did the track bar. What you had told me to do was because it's the old steering
Tie rod.
tie rod off of
the
the
Super
Super Duty axle.
Yeah.
It just so happened to be the exact thick or inner diameter or almost the inner diameter that I needed
Yeah.
to lengthen my track bar because I screwed up and cut my track bar too short and didn't have enough and whatever.
Whole bunch of stuff.
I scabbed a bunch of things together to make this work. But the center part of the tie rod on a Super Duty axle
yeah.
is
find a good like,
is a hollow tube.
picture, but they're all
Yeah, they're all aftermarket.
they're all
and
aftermarket
stuff.
ones.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a hollow tube in the very middle of the Super Duty steering or of tie rod. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like it's the actual perfect diameter. Or it was very close. I think they did it on purpose because the outer parts of that is threaded, but you also have a clamp for the stock steering.
It's the wrong year.
So I think that was kind of built like for a reason. They left, fucking 1/16 of an inch or whatever.
Of what?
So of the center tube.
Oh,
To make it loose, because like I said, the ends clamp. Like the ends are threaded, but they
Right.
are also they have slits, and then there are clamps on them
Nick, don't
to
do
hold
it.
them
Don't
to
do
hold
it.
them tight.
Don't do it, Nick.
Don't do it.
No, don't do it.
But made it work because of what you said. You said cut it lengthwise.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain this over the phone,
Yeah.
and you're like, "What the fuck are you?"
Basically,
talking
make it
about?
look like a hot dog bun where it's open on the one side,
Yes.
and then you put the ends of solid steel, which is the track bar that I'm building,
And
put
then
both
clamp
ends
them
in
together.
it, clamp it down tight, and then
Yeah.
So you see
here's,
how
here's the part you're working with. is
yeah,
this
you see
guy.
where the bolt is on the steering on the top bar right
This-
there.
this right
Those
here.
are clamps.
Yeah.
So it's meant to have that little, that 1/16 of an inch clearance, whatever it is.
and you lock it in place essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
But cut it like hot dog, made it essentially look like a hot dog bun, slid both the ends that I needed, which are my bushinged ends for the track bar, down it. Also put a chunk of steel in the middle of it just because to make it
why
even
not, yeah.
stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, welded that entire seam. It was like 24 inches. I welded it pretty much.
Pretty much as solid as you could.
Well, I did it like not one pass. I did it like 3 passes, but it was all within like a minute of like I did the front half, did the other half, and I did the middle through it all within a minute. Like, I didn't stop for more than a minute between those 3, and I'm like, I think that's the duty cycle is a 24 inches over a minute. Like, because towards the end it was starting to get kind of not a lot.
If it duty cycles, it'll just turn off.
Okay,
It'll just stop outputting.
well,
It
when I was
knows.
on 110, it happened way sooner.
Yes.
Like it'd be like 6 or 10 inches of weld, and then it's like, okay, brother, we're gonna start going cold now.
Yeah. So here's a bad picture, but here's generally what I told you to do is split it long ways so you can crimp these ends together to tighten up
Yes.
that gap.
Yeah,
And
I
that's what you
started.
did?
I tacked the center
Yeah.
and then tacked both ends and then double tacked everything.
And just kind of squish it all
And
together.
yeah, well, yeah. Well, this is all. And yeah, every time I put a tack down, it was slammed in the vise with like I had a fucking 2-foot bar on it to crank down on it.
Yeah, putting a bunch of pressure on it.
Yeah, so it's plenty fucking strong. It kind of looks like banana shaped, I'll be honest, but it works. I kind of needed it to be that because it's
Banana for scale.
no, just banana shaped.
Okay.
But it's kind of yeah.
It's a kind of a weird, generally
It's
weird
it's
curve.
interesting, yeah.
Like
but
But do you think it work?
it will work enough
Because the problem
for
was
one run.
the
most
other
likely.
side was gonna hit the ram.
the middle of the track bar essentially will hit the ram because it's the new track bar mount that I put on the axle is back further than the original mount.
Sure.
And I should have thought about it and welded like my nice welds. I should have done that like an inch or 2 back,
Sure.
and it
Give
would have
yourself a
been
little bit
lined
more
up,
room.
but it wasn't because I didn't think about it at the time.
So now it's
So-
trying to kind of pull as the axle moves up, and now it's going to pull it forward and back a little bit.
A
kind of.
little bit, but it's more or less like any bar I have in there will most likely hit one bolt on the ram mount.
Okay.
So I'm like, it's not like it is the clamping bolt, like it is the one like I don't know what you want to call it, like the
Like the adjuster bolt.
no,
or-
it's the like the ram mount has the 4 caps and
Yeah.
everything. It's the last one of that.
Okay. So yeah, the clamp mounts for the ram that hold.
Yeah,
it in
it'll
place.
hit. It's one bolt will most likely hit, depending on how much flex I get by the time it's all entirely done.
Yeah.
I'm like I think it's like 3 inches, but that's in the center of the axle. So the center of the axle has to come up 3 inches before it hits track bar.
bump stops.
So not, but I also have like 5 inches at the shocks, which are out towards the end of the.
So as it leans, the angle changes. So
Yeah, it might not have actually hit. It might get really close,
or it might hit immediately.
or it's gonna do it, and I'll just be like, I gotta figure
saw
something
that
out.
coming,
Whatever.
okay.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Yeah. Did you push the axle back into place before you built all this? Because your axle was like pulled way back in.
Yeah, it is actually like centered on the Jeep now.
How long did that take you to get that square?
1 2.5 inch ratchet strap.
enough.
I did it wrong. I put the one end on like the corner of the axle and then put the other on the Jeep.
Yeah.
When I like took the track bar out, the
Right.
Jeep went the way the slack was. I get like it
oh,
went
you had
with
tension the wrong
yeah,
way.
I'm like, I didn't think about this. So it got really sketchy, and I'm like, okay, it didn't fall yet. Let's
because there's
let's
not
grab
much
the
keeping it from falling.
no, the body hit the long arm essentially was what stopped it. I'm like, thank God.
That's a thing that can happen, I guess.
So yeah, grab the
Put it
instead
the
of going
right way.
like lower left to upper right, I switched it.
Upper left, lower right.
Yeah,
now.
and I'm like, now we tensioned it, and then it lined up perfectly. I'm like, that looks about right.
yeah, it's fun when you take it out and just. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
it's
just
gonna
kind of
fall.
did. I'm like, there is nothing keeping the axle from going left or right on the body.
As
right
you have
now.
about a foot around this whole thing before you get crushed.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
interesting.
go to scoot backwards, hit the door, and it lands on you anyway.
Yeah, it was
Phones up on
I
the
was a little
counter
nervous
and-
for a second, but
It's
yeah.
that first like creak. You're like, I'm good.
Yeah, no,
I gotta
it
fix
went
this.
it went creak and then it hard thunked on the one like
The one bar.
track bar or control arm. Yeah, I'm like okay,
You're
we're
like,
good.
oh, that's
We're
not
fine.
ideal.
I'm like, let's change this because I didn't realize what I
This
was doing.
like this.
Yeah, this is wrong. Yeah, ratcheted it up, did all my measurements and everything. Yeah, built that. That was basically an entire day just to do the track bar. But
Because then, Sunday morning you got the tie rods all figured out. For the steering.
yes, yeah, brought them over to you.
you
Yeah,
started figuring
I
out
cut
Saturday
them,
night
cut them
and-
to the right length, brought them over to you. Yeah, had you TIG weld.
TIG weld the fittings in and then the tubes together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, those all look good.
Did you like test fit those real quick? See
yeah,
if
I
they're
painted
about
them,
right?
tested them. They're on right now. I'm gonna wait to dive into that. 'cause
Yeah.
all my hoses for the steering are done, but
There's still
that'll
a
be
lot
an
of-
entirely separate
A lot of messing
separate
around to do
day.
still.
Yeah,
That's fair.
for just steering. There's a lot. I made a new mount for the charcoal canister, which is that's been moved like 3 times on this Jeep. So this is hopefully the final resting place.
for this week anyway.
Yeah, we'll
Until you
see.
dove nose the front, it doesn't fit anymore, and then it goes.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room.
So you
I'll
put it-
be honest.
you put
My
it
engine
in.
bay is equally as full now as when it was stock. So
you have to put it inside the cab. There's only room for it. Sorry.
kinda, yeah. There's not a lot of good room or good places to put it. I guess
Completely out of room. Yeah.
But yeah, I redid. I should have taken a picture of the whiteboard list.
Did you check things off or just
I
erase them?
erased everything.
You gotta check them off first.
I check marked
I
some
might have
of
an
them.
old picture of it if it would be somewhat accurate.
No, it's really not because like I had like the gist of some things like a 14 bolt. I have like 14 bolt gears. I'm like, okay, no, 14 bolt clean spool new gears.
Okay.
Because that's all the things that needed to be done with it essentially.
Sure.
But yeah, just slowly kind of like thought about it all and like all the little things I had on there, I rewrote to where you can see it now.
Yeah. Here's your old whiteboard. I mean, it's not obviously not the same anymore, but
Yeah.
you just like general stuff written here.
Yeah, no, and I did get a handful of things I actually was able to accomplish. Like track bar is officially done.
So out of your list that's this long, you probably knocked out like a section.
It's about half as long now, but it's more specific now.
Yeah. Before it was like steering, and now
Ideally,
it's like all
the
the
3
steering.
biggest things now are finishing the steering, like
Yeah.
purging it, getting it like the ram tight,
actually making it work.
anti-rat bar, which is probably going to be this weekend, hopefully.
Theoretically, yeah.
And then the gears in the 14 bolt are like the 3 big things.
That are stopping you completely.
Yes.
And
then
And then
also
brakes, which would be stopping you once they work.
yeah, once they're operational.
Theoretically.
But yeah, no, as far as like
That's your
being
biggest
able to get it
stuff.
done, there's 3 key components, and we have
So much
10, 12, 13 days.
And one of those is Christmas, and one
Yeah.
of those is New Year's Eve, and
Christmas
one of
Eve.
those is our karting event, which wastes the whole day. So there's like 9-ish
Yeah.
days.
So what do you do this weekend?
I was gonna say, I
a
mean,
lot
if
of
you
stuff.
tell me what to do, I can.
Well,
help.
really,
Gears are not they
the
tell
an-
what to do. It's
yeah,
like
no,
holy-
the
well,
anti-
not gears, but
I'll
like
say-
everything else.
If the anti-wrap bar can be done this weekend, that's big.
I
gears
would
in
do
the 14
gears long
bolt.
before that.
Well, I want to weld on the axle before we do the gears. I want to get.
It's not going to change it that much.
Well, I know, but once the anti-wrap's done, I can put brakes on it because I don't know where to put the brake lines right now.
Yeah.
Without having the anti-wrap shit done, and also the shock mount. I guess anti-wrap and shock mount are going to be the kind of
Shock mount's going to be a big one. That's going to
Yeah.
take a lot of fucking around.
I mean, I think that between that and the anti-wrap bar is a weekend. That's why I'm like, let's get that shit done.
Right. Did you ever hear
before we
back
do
from
the
Steve
gears.
about the stuff
No.
he learned about anti-wrap?
No.
Fucking awesome. He's so good at getting back to people.
Yeah, he's a busy man.
He's like, oh, I learned a whole bunch of stuff about anti-wrap and how mine was set up wrong. I'm like, this is perfect. Tell Andy this stuff.
Yeah.
Silence.
Yeah, sent him a
I
text.
won't.
Sent him a text that day, and he's like, didn't reply. I also was like, what specific day is Hangover Run on? Which apparently it is the actual New Year's.
Okay.
So depending on what, and he said he will be getting a cabin,
Okay.
but he has not said to anyone else
Maybe
he'll be getting
he
one.
should be like on top of this because it's.
That's why I was kind of like debating about me doing it all. And I might offer that next week and be like, hey, I'll fucking line it all up. Who's coming?
Yeah.
This year will probably be we will not
By far the
we will not
smallest.
get this big cabin again.
yeah.
I doubt.
Because it is going to be a weekday. And
Yes.
so far, there's nothing about
There's
it.
about 6 people going that I know of. That includes us.
Yeah, it's like the two of us.
well,
one
maybe
of
like
us.
8.
One of us if you make it.
Yes.
And the two of us if you're gonna make it in time.
Yeah.
Mike and Steve theoretically.
Yes.
And then
Uh,
probably the Wheelers and a couple others.
Yeah, the Wheelers, I believe. Yeah, Mike was going to go. I think
Jeremy
Vance
I think
was.
Jeremy was thinking about it.
Yeah,
but I don't know
Jeremy.
if
It
he's
sounds
going
like Jeremy's going to go, especially like with Patreon stuff.
Yeah.
It sounded like he was going to try to make it.
But it's, I bet a lot of those people are just day trip. They're gonna drive in.
Yes.
And then
Yeah. Exactly.
once it gets dark, they're probably gonna leave.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a lot of people are going to spend the
Well,
night
they'll come on the
Wednesday night.
first. They won't even. Yeah, they won't even
That's-
come Wednesday.
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. They'll just
So,
drive in that day.
Yep.
And then
Yep,
leave
yep,
that
yep.
day.
So, but yeah, like I
yeah.
said, I'm gonna. I'll probably call Steve at some point. Maybe like after this weekend, see how much shit I have done, and see if it is feasible to get all this done.
Yeah, to see what is
Yeah.
going on. Because he doesn't know either, I think, is the problem.
Yeah.
He's still trying to figure it out, too.
But yeah, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
it'll be another crunch like your and Marcus's was.
It's like mine every year.
I mean, ideally,
Somehow it's
if Marcus
always-
does want to come over and like he can bend brake lines, he can like brakes are a couple hour job. It's not crazy.
Right.
Like, just start running hoses and
Yeah,
get,
get the
close.
fucking master cylinder bolted in. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
It's supposed to be direct Bolton. It's a Ram 2500 or it's a 2500 Ram van.
Or not Econoline, yeah.
Yeah.
They're van.
Yeah.
But yeah, ideally should be all fucking slap it together and hope for the best.
That would be ideal.
But yeah, so getting there.
Okay. Well, speaking of slapping all together, I am making progress.
On yours, yeah.
The truck is here now. Finally.
Yes, I did see that.
Andy probably did because he was speeding in late.
Yeah, I had to stop at Casey and get some food too, so
That's
I
also
did not
true.
actually notice that. No.
Yeah, I drove it here yesterday.
Gotcha.
Because everything is together mechanically.
Yes.
Not ideal because there's still some weird things like the hydraulic booster. There's definitely supposed to be a
brakes.
spacer on the push rod for the brakes. Because ideally, when you order replacement parts, you have the original parts.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think there's a small push rod like it goes on the end of it that they're assuming if you like in between the
Yeah.
booster and the master,
Uh-huh.
they're assuming you're replacing these things. So you probably have that
Yeah.
spacer.
So is your pedal like way close to the floor then, or like
You
what?
squish about like you move the pedal like 3 inches of air, then there's a really good firm pedal. But like you go shh and a good pedal because it's pushing the rod up until it meets the master. There's a gap.
Oh.
So I need to take it apart, put a spacer in there, and close it back up.
Yeah.
So I get a very good pedal. It's not compressing the master
Yeah.
until it's all the way like 3 inches down.
I see.
Then it touches it, and it's a great pedal
Gotcha.
because it bled out nice and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think the hydraulic flow is not as good as the old setup was. Now that it's running through all the extra
Your
stuff.
hydraulic steering flow.
Yes.
Because
Because if you are like turning and you stab the brake, the steering will stop for a second while it
Oh, and, like,
loads
catch
pressure in
up,
there,
yeah.
Oh.
and then it'll keep going. So I might end up. I probably won't do it before the end of this year. But
Yeah.
put a smaller pulley on my power
Oh
steering
yeah,
pump
overdrive it.
to build more pressure.
Yep.
So hopefully that'll
That's the thing too. Is like my hydraulic steering could be ass.
Oh, it
'cause
might be awful.
It's not. Well, one.
but it shouldn't be.
I originally, the original pulley that was on it, there were threaded holes in it,
Yeah.
which lined up with like the housing of it. So I thought to get the pulley off, you put bolts in that and slowly tighten them up to pull the pulley off, right?
Sure.
No,
No.
it just pulled the shaft out of the pump a little
That's
bit.
not ideal.
Oh.
A little bit.
I guess you
Like,
could take it
I didn't
out.
pull it all the way out. There is still like it was all together still, but I'm like, this is wrong.
So
and
you
I
might have-
Googled it or I YouTubed it. I'm like, that's how you do it.
So you might have
get a-
ripped the like seal out of the pump now. So you put
Yeah,
fluid and it
the
blows
pump might
out.
be entirely shit, honestly.
You could have like crumpled all the inside of it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
So yeah.
So you might fire it up and just throws fucking fluid at the seal.
Or it just doesn't make any pressure because all the gears are misaligned.
all the
now.
seals are wrong.
Don't
so it
know.
doesn't build pressure.
So
That'd
that could be a thing.
That'd be a really fun, cool thing.
Yeah. That's why I want to like try to get that like
Mm-hmm.
at least enough to see if it does anything.
Yeah, because getting a
Um,
replacement for that's not going to be a quick thing.
Replacing it should be easy.
But
It's-
quickly.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
When you have
like
3
find
days-
somebody with one.
Yeah, when you have 3 days left and you're like,
Yeah.
I need this exact pump 'cause it's set up for it.
Summit sometimes has those on the shelf, depending
Yeah.
on where the nearest Summit is. I think
Probably
Ohio.
probably Indianapolis, maybe?
Maybe.
I feel like there'd be one there.
I was gonna,
Maybe.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you just
Either way.
drive there like, give pump,
Yeah.
please.
Or I just post in every fucking off-road group like, if anybody have like, I'll pay you new price for yours right now if it works.
Because you know what they'll do? They'll say, sure. And like, I'm going to send it tomorrow.
No,
They
I
don't send
drive
it.
to them
Yeah.
and fucking like,
Yeah.
here, take my broken one. Thanks for this. Here's a couple $100.
Here's a bunch of money. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah. So it's a little bit slow, so I might put a smaller pulley on it.
Okay,
Since
yeah.
it's a very generic
I
Saginaw
have
pump.
a small pulley.
It's
Or
a-
it's not a never mind. It's not a. It
it's
is
a-
a power steering pump technically, or it's
Yeah.
a pulley. They all should be the same.
The Saginaw pumps are all the same, and they made a lot of them.
Okay.
So I think my pulley's like a 6-inch pulley or something like that.
Oh no shit. Yeah,
So-
the one I have is a 4.5.
Yeah, that would probably blow my pump up.
well, fair.
But
You're
ideally,
trying to go 5 or
They have
something?
one all the way down to 4. So I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'll do some quick math. Probably just like overdrive it like 10 or 15%, just
Yeah.
enough that it like
I gotcha.
at idle it's building a little extra pressure.
Yeah.
You know.
Gotcha.
Other than that, it seems to work fine. Mm-hmm. The steering feels slow, but that could just be me misremembering and bleeding a little bit of air still. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
But that feels pretty good. I
Gotcha.
drove it, from my parents' house to here is 6 miles or whatever, and it felt pretty good. Nothing
Yeah.
felt
On the small tires still.
on
so
the
you're
small
not-
tires. Yeah, nothing felt bad. I'm pretty sure. So I also filled the rear end back up because I had the hubs out,
Yeah.
or the shafts out, so it leaked all the extra fluid out.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to tilt the rear axle to each side to fill the end of the hub with oil. Because basically there's a cup on the end of it
Yeah.
that fills
Like oil
inside,
bath.
that fills inside the hub. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to lean the axle. You have to fill the diff up
Yeah.
and then lean it to let it flow in there. Fill that.
Yep.
So when you lean it back, it flows the excess to the other side. Mm-hmm. So I did all that. Spilled a bunch of fluid on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got a quart. This will be plenty. I fill the funnel like
Half
3
of it's on
times
the
up,
ground.
and I'm like, I've put the last of it. I'm like, oh, it's coming out, and I go to slide the thing out, and the funnel falls over, and just dumps it on the ground. I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's really awesome. Whatever. So then I flex it all out, do that, and then I go to drain the transfer case because it spilled a bunch when I was when I had it out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it takes 2 quarts. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll just drain it and refill 2 quarts because the problem is you're supposed to. There's a drain and a fill port on it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work now that I changed
Yeah,
the
now,
angle
now
of
it's
it 20
sitting
degrees.
fucking flat. Yeah,
The thing-
I was gonna bring that up
Yeah.
at some point. I was like, I don't know how that works exactly.
The drain port and fill port are now level with each other.
Yes.
So I'm like,
I saw that picture. When you showed the pictures of it, I was like, what's he
Yeah.
gonna do about
So I'm
that?
like-
Or just hope for the best.
I'm like, do I lean the truck far enough to get those kind of right? Like I pulled it up with the car ramps, it moved it like a half inch. I'm like, that's not
yeah,
gonna work.
yeah.
So
no,
like-
you just put in what should be there essentially.
So I
Yeah.
filled through the vent hole 2 quarts
Oh.
of fluid. I'm like, this should work, right? I go to pop like the drain off because I'm like, I don't know what's in there, probably a quart. Yeah, it poured out like a gallon. Like it's a 3/4 inch pipe thread.
Yeah.
I opened it up and it sprayed out a foot. Of course, I have the pan at like a couple inches behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck,
oh yeah.
all over the ground.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is great, So I'm like, that's a lot of fluid. Like, apparently the seal in between those two, when they
The
go
trans
out,
and transfer case?
the transmission loves to pump fluid into the case.
Yeah.
and it
Mike
can't go
had
back
that
out.
problem too.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
he
his
sure did.
trans was low, but his transfer case never leaked, or like they never
Yeah,
leak
it doesn't
anything.
leak. It just goes.
It just
into
pushes it into the transfer case.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I have that same problem.
Cool.
Now mine's angled, siliconed, and hard to put in and take out.
yeah, love that.
So I'm just gonna keep filling the trans until it's happy.
Yeah, you just
That's
take a little out of the transfer case. If you want,
'Cause if
use
you-
the same shit, throw it back in the
It's
trans.
all- it's all
call it good
ATF.
enough. Yeah.
So aluminum transfer cases. This is something I learned theoretically. Aluminum transfer cases take ATF.
Yes.
Cast iron transfer cases
Oh.
take gear oil.
Like for
That's-
heat dissipation, essentially.
They're designed differently.
Oh,
Like
okay.
my case has a oil pump or has a pump inside of it.
Okay.
Cast iron cases usually have an oil slinger.
Yeah.
So they're built more like a differential. They're throwing oil.
Yes.
Where this
Okay.
is pumping oil.
So
now that I changed the angle, the pump probably is running dry and killing itself. But I don't drive it that much anyway.
yeah,
But,
you're not going down the highway that much.
yeah.
Not in
theoretically.
4-wheel drive anyway. Not
Right.
ideally.
Ideally not.
the 2-wheel drive bearing will still have oil in it.
Yeah.
If it was built with any amount of like thought into this, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But I heard that and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Like the old 205s and stuff are just
Yeah.
oil based, not
Yeah.
ATF based. So it's fine that the transmission pushes it in because they run the same fluid. Which, if you remember last year at Hangover Run, I got up on a ledge and it like stuttered real bad. You probably don't. I don't know if you were even at that spot or whatever, but I got
sure,
up on a ledge
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that's like not, the wheels aren't moving. I'm like, back down, like, oh, it's low on fluid. I think it was pushing the fluid into the case, draining
Yeah.
the transmission. So I
I
had to
kind of do remember that. Yeah.
so when we went to do fix the brake line, we got
Yeah.
ATF filled the trans one. It was
Yes.
fine.
Yeah. That's kind of what I thought it was. Yep.
So I think it is just literally pushing
Yes,
the fluid
yeah,
in the
I
case.
do remember this now. Yeah, because I remember asking like, you filled it with ATF, brake fluid's good, yeah,
Yeah.
new line, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, I
gotcha.
don't want to drive it in the dark in case it catches on fire or blows
Mm-hmm.
the line. And then now it's fine. But
Sick.
so yeah, I think it just pushes fluid into the case, which would make sense how it leaked out like a quart and then had like a gallon in it still when it takes 2 quarts.
Yeah. Yep.
So now I know that. So now I'm just gonna keep. I drove it from my parents to here. It's probably about a quart low now.
Transfer case or transmission?
The transmission. I can't
Okay,
check the
yeah.
transfer
Oh.
case
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. You put whatever's supposed to
I
be
put
in
2
there,
quarts in there.
but the first time you take it off roading, that'll change.
Yeah,
So-
which I just had the gallon jug of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it's got the quart dividers on the side of the jug.
Do you have any? You don't have any toolbox on the truck, do you?
No. Tool roll behind the seat.
You should get a box of fluids, I guess.
I have several fluids
Okay.
all ready to go.
Yeah.
I brought with me to here so I can
I got
drive it around
Oh, actually,
and bleed it up.
you guys have old truck toolboxes at your place?
Not really, no.
Fuck,
we
I
have
thought
like,
you used to have a bunch of them. I felt
well,
like.
we did. I don't know if we still do. We had like a white, like cheap fucking PVC one.
Yeah,
Or
no,
if-
I was looking to put one on that the flatbed trailer, just for because I think a truck toolbox will be narrow enough to where the fucking handle won't hit it. Because that triangle box was long, like close to the end of the
Yeah.
tongue. So it might like whether it's wide, I don't care. But as long as it's not super fucking
deep.
Yeah, not deep. Basically, yeah.
I don't know. You have to see. If not, like the one I had in the backseat of Sandro was like $100 from Real King.
Well, I was looking for like diamond plate.
yeah.
and shit. But yeah, which I'm.
It
I'm
was
gonna
like
wait to find,
hard
but
molded
yeah.
plastic. It was actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Or you buy one off Amazon for like $100.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I
have
also
on the
yeah.
trailer.
Yeah.
Like my trailer box was like $120 or whatever, and it's
Yeah, I went to
aluminum diamond plate.
Rural King, had them for $350 for diamond plate. I'm like,
Yeah,
"Bleh."
don't do that.
I'm like, no, my fucking trailer was 3 times that much, basically.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck this. This is
Not
stupid.
spending that much on that. No.
Yeah, this is absolutely dumb. But
So yeah, bled out all the fluids and kind of everything seems terrible but working. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens. We'll try to
You
keep.
got a couple weeks to dial it in.
Yeah, that's the
Ideally,
idea is-
dialing it in should not be an all-day process. Like,
Now it's- yeah.
I have all-day process program or
You have, like,
things to do.
You have a month's worth of work in
Yeah.
the next week. If anything goes wrong the day before, you're like, it's not going.
Yeah, ideally the pump is my biggest concern.
Mm-hmm.
Like anti-wrap bar, we can get that. Anti-wrap bar and shock mount could be done in a day with me and you both out
Yeah.
there.
Whether they're right or not, yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
But-
it's not. It might not be perfect. It
Yeah,
might be
at
okay.
the worst, we get the tabs for the anti-wrap welded on, and don't build the bar, and just go, okay, the heat's done.
Yeah, oh,
on the,
fair.
you know.
Well, yeah. The
The-
brackets
like,
you're saying,
yeah,
I guess.
it's like,
yeah.
you want to get the welding done first. We could put the brackets and go, okay, at least
Well,
the
it's more
heat's
like
done.
It's more like the front bracket that goes around the exhaust and all that bullshit, and then
one's gonna
also
be some
the
work.
bracket on the or the bracket on the axles, and then so I can run the brake lines. And
Yeah.
once that's on, then start doing the gears and the 14 bolt. But
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I drove that here yesterday because I got all the mechanically all the things are together. I topped off all the fluids. They were all pushing fluid in the wrong places and stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it drove pretty good. I think I'm pretty sure the trans is noticeably low,
Yeah.
but it's like it's going to. It's got to bleed out all the air that it's
Yeah.
Because it was when it was apart, it just sat and dripped.
Yeah.
For a week.
Yeah. It was already probably low because it pushed everything into the transfer case anyway. So,
So I'm like, I'm sure it's low. I'll just keep adding throughout the week till it gets over full, and then it'll probably be fine.
gotcha.
Yeah.
And then on to Sunday morning.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday morning, I went and picked up these bad boys.
Yeah.
These are Jeep XJ rock sliders from Affordable Off Road.
Yeah.
A guy in Tinley Park ish. Well, I think he met.
Joliet area.
Yeah, he met me at the Harley dealer up there.
Yeah.
He had them listed for $250.
Yeah.
I rolled up. I'm like, $200.
Yeah.
He's like, can you do $220? I'm like, not unless you could break a 50. He's just like, whatever. I don't care. Just take them. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
These were like
Cherokees either need these. Apparently, he didn't need them. Like the
Yeah,
Cherokee was not rusted out enough.
Yeah, he's like, I was just cleaning out the garage. These are in the way. Like, I'm just selling them.
He already welded them, which is kind of nice.
No, they were pre-welded kit. So these are
Oh, no shit.
Affordable Off-Road's
Oh.
weld and rock slider kit.
Ah, okay.
So these like,
Why they use 4 inches at a like? So,
it's 3x4 tubing.
yeah, if it was 2x6, like I have 2x6 in mine, and they stick out. They're flat and flush. They look
Yeah.
literally like picture perfect.
Versus you can see right here, it sticks down like an inch below the
Yeah,
edge
like a
of the
nice,
fender.
a big flat square fucking like does not look good. I'll be honest.
Like, I guess you want it to hit that, so taller's better, but
Kinda, but at the
But-
same time, like you probably have trimmed fenders anyway. So
exactly.
I
But
don't
it's like
know.
you can
It's
see like they're
weird.
mitered to match the rear, which looks
Yeah.
all right, you know. But it's like, I looked at these, I'm like, they're the right length I want because I want 5 foot of slider.
Yeah.
These happen to be already exactly 5 foot.
yeah.
They're 3x4 with a
I'll
2
say
inch
for your
tube.
truck, these are great because like the thicker the box is essentially is not a problem for you. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
A 3-inch box is perfect for me because I have height to make up.
Yeah.
So earlier today, I was out there goofing around before you guys got here, and I was just kind of mocking
Through
some
jack
stuff
stands
up.
under it. Oh yeah, the
Little
jack.
floor jack underneath it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So there's it.
That's
how I'm going to
Wow,
put it in there
yeah.
theoretically.
Shit.
So-
that's behind your actual rocker panel though.
Yes. So I've got more pictures I'll show in a second.
Okay.
So you could see, like this
Oh,
lip
okay.
hangs down.
Oh yeah, no, you got the kicker rail. That'd be good. That'd
This-
be pretty fucking good to weld to.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to weld this to it just because I might throw a couple tacks just so it doesn't rattle. But
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
with the tube
hey,
being
honestly,
offset, it can tuck up.
you
behind
don't
it.
want to weld to it, but that's all that mine's welded to is
Yes.
like like really shitty fucking body panel,
the
sheet
di-
steel.
But that's the difference is body on frame versus body.
yeah, but it's only
Period.
gonna make everything stiffer. Like if
Yeah.
you don't have to do like full welds, but yeah, you do a couple
Well,
like
as you can
1
see,
inch
it's
welds down
my
it.
old floor pan.
I was
and
looking
my
at
new
that
floor
too.
pan.
Yeah, you can trim it all back to where it's at least like all the new shit.
Yeah,
But
here's
yeah, no.
here's the floor pan of the truck up here. This is my new floor pan.
Yeah.
Here's my old floor pan. There's my body mount attached
Yeah.
to nothing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like they're gonna go back to the frame.
Yeah.
For a lot
God,
of
that's a
this.
lot to make up. God damn.
Yeah, that's why I was like kind of concerned about doing these at first because they have a lot of leverage reaching out on
But
the
at the
frame.
same time, like having that to slide on is pretty nice.
And these are only 1/8 inch thick,
Okay.
which is kind of thin. But in my head, I'm like, if I'm gonna smash them, at least I'll dent the tube and not push them through the floor.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you can see like the tubes stick out just a little bit. You know, I don't need a step because this thing's not crazy. It'd
I
be
mean-
nice to have.
I thought my 2x6 was good because it also hangs out maybe a 1/2 inch. You got 2 inches here,
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, probably.
But
Yeah, this is a 4-inch tube. These are probably 3
rocks
inches at
don't
least.
stop.
No.
Usually, like you'll still get into the doors.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's not going to crinkle the bottom of them at least.
That's what
But,
I
like-
don't want to do is push the bottom of the door frame up.
Yeah, no,
And then it
they will
wedges
come
closed.
into the side of the door though.
I'm not worried
Which,
about the side of the
ideally,
door.
once you cage it and everything, you make these doors take offable.
Yeah, half
So-
doors, take off doors.
Yeah.
Like just make a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, theoretically, that's where they're gonna go.
Not bad.
They're
I
tucked
like
up,
that.
fairly nice. There's room in front and behind the cab to run a tube up to the
yeah,
front cage.
that is pretty nice.
You know, there's like 4 inches on the back, like 2
Yep.
good inches on the front to weld to.
I've
Like,
heard
I'll-
2 inches is plenty.
I've heard that so much. But they're already like pre-mitered. They match like the curve of the fender. Like
Yeah.
for $200, that's a pretty stellar deal. In my
Actually,
opinion.
if you look at it from this picture, that like the radius of your fender that you cut to clear your tire,
Yeah.
almost matches perfect with the radius that came on these. So,
Almost perfect. Yeah.
yeah. There's a 6-inch gap there, but yeah,
There is
no,
a
it
note-
looks good enough.
Yeah. I might throw a piece of panel in here just to fill that up. But
Yeah, it's fine.
But like that was just like, let me trim off some little stuff that's hanging down. Like this is
Yeah.
the worst side of the truck. It was all rusty, like way
Yeah.
bad. So there's no like sheet metal hanging in the way.
Yeah, to cover it and make it
The
look prettier.
other side
whatever.
got to trim
Yeah.
a little bit harder, but
Yeah.
because it was in
Yeah.
better. The other side was in better shape, so I had to cut more out, I
Nice.
guess. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I got those for $200. I'm like, fucking, these
Yeah.
aren't bad at all, actually. But
Fuck yeah. You know, they work better for you than for an XJ. honestly.
exactly, it's like I
yeah.
saw the shape. I'm like, this is kind of exactly what I would build,
Yeah.
and I don't have to build them because they just already exist.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't have to bend tube to make the kick out, which I want. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
yeah, they happen to be pretty much exactly the right thing, just off the rip. So
Sweet.
Good
Nice,
job.
nice.
So for $200, I'll definitely take
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
hour and a half drive back and forth through the
Right.
shittiest road construction.
Oh,
To
it's
Tinley
on
Park and back
Sunday, yeah.
is all, but
Oh,
the whole,
yeah,
every bit
from,
of
I know what you're
road.
talking
from
about.
fucking
Yep.
Manuka on. Yeah.
It's all road
Yep,
construction.
it is.
Yeah.
So it's just cars bouncing all over.
Blame
the road and-
deconstruction.
pretty much. But
Yeah.
Always.
Eh,
but
you
no,
know.
that was my Sunday. They went to beat ups after that, so that was the whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
the whole Sunday.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Drove it back and forth, kind of just checking fluids and stuff now. So it'll be get the sliders sorted out, get the winch mount done, which shouldn't be that hard because you just weld in the Harbor
Yeah.
Freight winch plate, which I bought. So I have that. It's over here next to the sliders.
Yeah.
Brought my winch here, brought all my fluids here.
Gotcha.
I could just start putting things together
Sweet.
theoretically.
Yeah. I kind of ran out of motivation today. I literally didn't leave the house. Like,
I mean, same, but
yeah. I wrapped my parents' Christmas gift, or the one that I was in charge of buying.
Yeah.
Fucking looks like a 10-year-old did it, but you know, it's good enough. It's
Well,
it's under the tree.
yeah,
It's
can
fine
weld a
under there.
whole Jeep together.
Yeah,
wrap
no.
a fucking Christmas present.
Correct.
I just stood inside and just planned what I'm gonna do to the house either
Oh yeah.
next week or next month.
Next week,
Yeah.
next month, next year.
No,
next month is
yeah, I
next
guess
year.
technically next year.
Yeah. But
When are you starting the bathroom remodel? I know Caitlin said it whenever we bought like, the shower.
We're looking at May.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's
What I want to do, I'm just running Cat 6 throughout our house.
Ah,
Ooh.
fair.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you
caterpillars.
said something about that earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah. I got you.
Because the last install I did was like a brand new build.
Mhm.
And the guy's like, I have no idea what this stuff is. I'm just like, well, I probably won't either, but take me down there. And yeah, they just ran like Cat 6 there. I'm like, oh, this is going to be fucking cool, dude. Let me show you. So then when I was driving home from that, I'm just like, you know, that makes sense if I did that at my house because I would
You're
take
like-
advantage of it.
You're like, I should just do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take advantage of it.
Run
Caitlin's
wired
computer
Ethernet.
needs to be hardwired by the time fiber rolls around now because
Oh.
my guitar teacher where he lives in Peru, he decided to finally get it.
Sure.
He was only going to get the 1 gig, which
For
I think-
fiber internet.
Yeah, with the company that Peru went with, it was going to be $65 a month.
That's really not bad.
Well, now their 2.5 gig is the same price. What the fuck? So now I'm like, well, shit. Maybe I want to go through that now.
I pay more than that for 75 megabits. Noticeably more than that.
So like, if my neighborhood gets that same deal, I'm like, well then fuck. I may as
You
well
need to-
get that.
You
And
need to
then
upgrade your end
Why? Yeah, and then wire up the house for it.
to be able to use that. Yeah.
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 Honestly, gigabit would be plenty for all of you.
I mean, well,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
If it's the
But I mean,
same
if it's gonna be
price.
for the same price, like, why wouldn't I?
It's
then?
probably like a promo, like the first 3 months are the same price, and after that it goes up.
Probably.
I would have to assume.
I would assume. I mean,
still.
yeah, I'm gonna read the fine print before.
Oh
I
yeah,
do, but
it's like 300 meg is plenty for almost everybody.
oh, absolutely.
And everyone's like, I need 5 gig. It's like, for what? No. The servers you're downloading from don't support it anyway.
One of the mods lives in a town in California. It's a small ISP, but they only offer one tier, and the tier is 10 gig. Oh my god! Try and guess the price because you won't fucking believe me.
It should be like $250 a
$100.
month.
It's 50.
Oh my god, that's insane.
If you look up Sonic,
Sonic.
ISP in California, you'll just see
there's
it's
just
$50.
one tier for
Yeah.
$50.
She said, like, I didn't plan on getting it, and I thought there was gonna be a catch, but I got it. I got my computer like all set up for it, and it's just like it's fucking amazing.
It's the only reasonably priced thing in all of California.
Well, yeah, and she said, like, I mean, I was paying almost 95 for a gig down and 40 up with Xfinity. It's
Which
like
is yeah,
I may as well save the what, $35?
yeah, save $40 and 10x your speed.
Yeah.
I need a good fiber company to run through Tonica. I don't want to run the one that's here, but
I was
probably
gonna say you got the
There's,
one.
there's two
but-
here in town. One of them's pretty like one of them we know the guys that run it and they're really good guys.
Yeah,
The other one's way better per dollar.
right.
So I'm like, I should just run both of them.
I was gonna say you could always keep your current one as like a failsafe because that's what I was gonna do for like probably 3 months is
Yeah.
keep Xfinity as like, you know, if this ends up not being reliable, then
Well, the difference is right now I don't pay for the internet. So anything I add on, I'm paying for all myself, which even their cheapest plan is faster than what I've already got.
I was gonna say, I mean, you don't have to get a gig. You could probably get what, like 100.
It's the
or
upload.
probably like
it's the upload. Like, if it's symmetrical, like 250 would be amazing.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of fiber.
Yeah. Ideally, like anything I can. If I could get 100 symmetrical, I'd be thrilled.
I'll
It's
look-
the upload
I'll look it
kills
up.
me.
Well, damn.
But
well,
yeah,
first I have to remember how you even spell it. Ah, there it is.
it's a very strange spelling, but
I still spelled it wrong. But
it's
Google
I
knew
don't
what
know
was
I don't
talking
know the
about.
right way to spell it. And it's some weird combination cool modern name
Okay.
that it doesn't spell out nice.
Check, what's that? I don't know your ad. Wait,
If you have to go through all that. don't
That's it,
worry
right?
about it. Yeah, that's it.
hey.
You don't know the zip code though. It doesn't matter that much, but
Type it in for me.
I can do that.
I'm just curious what it is price wise.
It'll tell you that this address doesn't have it, but one down the street does.
Well,
which is the same
yeah.
thing. Please select address. That one next.
Because I'm just curious what it is.
Wow, your phone case is like slippery. I don't like that.
Oh yeah.
It's like a cool.
Not
artsy
D
case.
brand, gay.
No, well, my D brand cases keep fucking falling apart, so I gave up on them.
My other one lasted. Fuck, I had that longer than you had yours.
This case was $7.
Didn't I have mine longer than you had yours?
You probably did.
For my 12.
Not well. Yours was falling apart for. You're like all the skin fell off.
Oh well, yeah, that was just the sticker part.
Holy
Like you can get new sticker
You're
part.
peeling the layers.
But like
off
the
of
actual
it.
case itself was fine.
Yeah.
And I like this one. Now
You're not-
maybe I'm a little biased because I had to wait so long to fucking get this one. But yeah, a month and a half later, yeah, this one is. I like it.
Yeah,
It's
if it
very
showed up in-
textured, and I have a lot of grip on
If it
it.
showed up in 3 days, you'd be pissed because it's so good.
Yeah.
You can get 5 gig here. That's
I know.
fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
And
All right, so
I'm currently getting 75 meg.
their lowest at 55 a month is 20.
Okay, I
But
need more
then
than that.
$10 more than it's 100 symmetrical.
100 would be plenty.
I was gonna say that.
How much is that a month?
65.
Okay, what's the next one after that? Like 300? Does it go up to a
I think
gig?
it's 300. Next one's 375.
I would probably just do that.
That seems like the best deal.
300 for
then-
75 is plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 gigabit is 85.
Yeah.
Oh, then after that, then it gets.
After that, you're getting into
Yeah, that's
but
a little ridiculous.
like 300 symmetrical would be nuts.
Yeah.
Let's
like,
say, yeah,
the-
100 or 300.
The 15 upload is what's dragging. Like I don't mind downloading and kind of waiting for stuff. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
fine. I can come up here during lunch, start a download. And
You
go
owned an
back
Xbox
upstairs.
One at one point. It took forever to download fucking everything.
It took me a week straight to download Black Ops 2. It was 6.8 gigabytes. I turned the Xbox on and never turned it off. That's
Yeah.
all
Oh,
it did.
I've had I had decent internet living in town, and
Yeah.
Xbox One. I don't know what was so fucking bad about
It
it.
was probably like your house internet. Like you probably
was-
connected over Wi-Fi. To be fair,
Well, no,
probably.
I don't know.
have to go back and kind of
Either way, I just remember my Xbox One taking the longest time to because it was the first console I had that took big fucking games to download. So it was like, oh hey, here's a 250 gig or fucking
when
game.
all the games went from 7 gig to 37 to 40. You're like, oh, this takes 5 times longer.
Well, I think GTA
was thousands.
Yeah, I was like, this is. I'll be back tomorrow and we'll see if it's done.
Yeah, it was not. It was never done.
Not
It
for
restarted in the middle of the night. And killed your
no.
download.
Usually for you maybe not, but usually most of the time I'd start it and go to bed.
Yeah, if
and,
I had
the next day it'd be okay.
if I had an update, I just told them I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
That's just how I was. I can't play. It'll be 4 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
It says 12. I would take it to other people's houses.
Well, it sucked because I lived in town. I was like, it'll be an hour, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what
Yeah.
to tell you.
An hour would have been awesome.
Let's.
if I had-
I was always petitioning, can we play something that I already have updated? Please?
I've got this game. I don't want
Yeah.
to play that. You're like, well, I'm gonna
Well,
go
that's all
fuck
I have.
myself.
I don't want to fucking do nothing for an hour.
Guess I'm gonna leave then.
Right.
But yeah. So no, I think just working on the truck. Now I can do it after work. I can get a lot done because it's just quick metalworking stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sliders, winch mount, and then just some other random nonsense. But
Sweet.
theoretically, I should be well and ready by then.
Sweet. Well,
And
if
one
you
of
want
these-
to plan one of your days this weekend to come help with the
Not
Andy Rat
really,
Bar and
but-
shock mount.
Not really, but I feel like I'm
cool.
gonna have to.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Well, it's either this
Aren't you
weekend or the
unemployed? Get it
weekend
done.
after fucking Christmas. So,
Well, we can't do it the Saturday or
well,
whatever
exactly.
day, 'cause we'll be-
Yeah, and I'm also busy on Friday.
Yeah. So definitely not that weekend.
Yeah, I see
Very
a
cool.
mugshot. Do we know this person?
That's what I was checking.
Nick's-
No.
Nick's on the scene. He's looking.
Don't
for
think
stuff,
so, but I love doing this where I read the article and I look them up on Facebook.
Oh
to
yeah,
see who
I've done
does
that
know.
too.
See if you know, see if you actually know who it is.
I have done that.
Oh my god. Well, shit. Do we have anything else to really get into, or is that kind of about it? I
That
don't know.
was.
You're going to jail. Christmas is next week.
It's coming up.
This technically should have been our Christmas show. 'Cause this
Oh,
comes out
well.
the day before Christmas.
What? Oh fuck!
Yeah.
When are we doing Christmases? That Thursday, I guess. Yeah, it'd be the day after.
Yeah. Either that or we could do it Friday or whatever. We could bounce around.
I'm
Or you're busy Friday.
Well, I'll say I'm busy
Yeah.
after 3 p.m. on Friday. Yeah.
We'll do it at fucking 2 a.m.
Fuck it.
What was it the other day? We were like, oh, we'll do it at fucking 6 o'clock. And it's a.m.?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Am
absolutely
or
not. Absolutely not 6 a.m. That would be unfortunate.
no, we did one morning episode. It wasn't great. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't remember anymore. But
Yeah.
nobody watches anyway, so it's fine.
Correct.
Forget
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else, but there's really just not.
Yeah.
Marcus had some stuff, but he had to dip, so that's.
Yeah.
I think that's it for this week, honestly.
I'll probably have updates for the equipment I buy for my project.
Well, after this week, it'll be Christmas. Everyone have
Yeah,
all
we'll
new
have-
shiny stuff.
Well, probably not. I think I'm getting a
Fair.
Blackstone. Maybe
That's-
I mentioned it.
Those are cool.
And then my mom gave me money to reimburse me from going to the steakhouse. We can talk about that.
Oh yeah.
So Brian bought a gift for
yes,
his
say don't say what
family
it is.
member.
I bought a thing.
We had
for
to go to a
person.
different town to do it.
Yeah.
Well, there was a steakhouse in this town. Me and my mom just had a conversation about it and how good it is, and that it's a little expensive. I'm like, all right, cool. Want to go there? Well,
I happen to be going to the town, and you're like,
I'm like, hey, just heard about this fucking steakhouse. Let's go.
yeah. You called me to talk about the track bar, and you're like, what are you doing?
yeah.
I'm like, going to blank town.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I want dinner. I have nothing to do tonight. This was
This was
Friday.
Friday night.
Friday night.
'Cause I was
Yeah.
I called you at the end of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
we're
we
like,
went,
all right,
picked
cool.
up the thing.
Yeah.
And
then we're like, all right, let's go to dinner.
you're like, let's go to this steakhouse. I'm like, all right. I'm just
Went
along
to
for
the
the ride at
steakhouse.
this point.
They
I'm
had
like,
we had blackened duck breast
for an appetizer.
What the fuck?
It was
yeah,
delicious.
it's pretty good. It was good. It was a good
alright.
appetizer.
$22 for 2 pieces of duck breast,
And we had spears.
which honestly,
Were they at least like a good size?
they were
It- no,
mediocre.
it was-
They were
yeah, I
chicken
mean,
breast size.
I'll say if I were to eat that myself, it'd be pretty
okay,
filling.
so
but
size
we
of a chicken
split
breast?
it. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
basically.
that's worth it.
More or less,
All right.
yeah. Tasted really good, nice and tender,
Oh, it was
little,
delicious.
little gamey, as you expect, really
Yeah.
from
Duck,
duck.
Yep.
I ordered New York strip. You got a ribeye.
ribeye, yeah.
Potatoes.
So Andy doesn't know what the word market price means.
I had an idea.
When you go to a
market
fa-
I
price,
don't.
right?
I don't know what the typical dinner place that serves a steak price is. I assume it's $20-some, but I guess I'm a little skewed. So I figured market price is like, all right, what's a good steak?
like it's fancy.
$35, $40
Yeah,
maybe.
I knew this going into it. I guess I didn't inform you well enough.
No, we didn't talk numbers. We talked about like it's going to be expensive. I'm like, yeah, $40.
Yeah, we talked about like, I ate a big lunch today, so I'm not that hungry.
Yeah, you also ordered a steak bigger than mine. I'm like, all right, fair.
But
you did have a whole meal's worth the next day.
I had more than a meal's worth. Yeah, it was solid.
But yeah, ordered. Mine was a 14-ounce New
Yeah,
York strip. I think
14-ounce
yours was
strip.
18.
Yeah. But it was like the only ribeye on the menu. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
They
this-
came with salads too, right?
salads, bread.
Yeah.
And a
the
potato.
we had the appetizer,
Ooh.
and yeah, we had potatoes aside.
We each had
It was
like,
good. Like it was a very good steak.
Yeah.
Very
It was
good duck breast.
good. Mine was a little overcooked, but
Yeah.
I wasn't starving anyway. So I'm like, well, I'll just eat
Yeah.
eat half of it and save the rest for tomorrow.
So this wasn't prime quarter.
No, this was
Other direction.
Woody's Steakhouse.
Okay. Yeah, other direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, other direction. But yeah, no, like it was good food. Basically empty fucking place. We were open until 10. We got there at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
And
it was a strange atmosphere.
That's
in there.
crazy.
yeah, which
Normally they're
On
like
a Friday night.
I thought I told my parents it was Sunday because it was so dead. I thought maybe it was a Sunday, but no, it was a Friday.
yeah,
it was like
yeah.
Friday.
It was
Sunday
Friday
was
at
night.
big.
8 o'clock. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like whatever.
That's
sure.
not. Whenever Kayla and I would go to fucking.
No, there
Woody's,
was
it always
two people
busy.
in the bar area, at the
Two or three,
tables.
and then like two
one
other tables.
Yeah,
sat
one
behind
table,
us.
and then somebody else came in after
Yeah.
we sat down in the dining room area. So I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's
good.
But yeah, no, it was $171 before
the
tip.
steak?
Before tip
for the
whole bill
for the two of us,
for 6 beers, duck breast, and two
steaks.
steaks.
and the bread that was unbelievably hard.
Yeah, it was not good bread. That was my biggest complaint was the bread. It was fucking.
I was
stiff.
I was not impressed by anything other than the duck breast. That was pretty good.
yeah, duck breast pretty good.
Everything else, I'm like, I could.
I'm
cook-
not a steak guy, so I thought it was a pretty good steak. I had
yeah.
no real complaints.
But as someone who cooks just steaks at home often, I'm like,
Yeah, no,
I could do every bit as good at that for $30
I was
total.
gonna say I would
Fair.
trust you making like a pretty damn
I cook
good
steak all the time.
I don't mind paying that. I just didn't. I don't know.
You were just surprised it was that
I've
much.
never ran into something that says market price on the menu.
You don't really eat
If
fancy.
I've
You're kind of
that's the
Taco
fanciest
Bell.
place I've ever been to. I'll be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the fanciest I've been to. I've been to some nice places.
Yeah,
but-
me and my parents don't go out. Like
Yeah,
like when we leave town, we go to fucking Peoria. We go to Avanti's.
well, yeah,
which is
hey, that is
Hey,
classy eating.
that's-
Don't even.
it's good
It's
eating.
great
It's
Italian
not
food.
like you. I felt underdressed at Woody's, especially like just like how everything was presented. I'm
so
like,
what you're saying is
okay.
you'd rather go to Pizza Ranch.
If I want to gorge myself to the point of hurting myself, yes.
Yes.
I will not
For
gorge
20
myself at
bucks.
Woody's. I will go bankrupt if I eat too much. I hurt at Woody's. I promise you that.
Yeah, whenever we go on vacation, we go to like nice places.
No, we don't go on vacation. We went to Florida a couple times, and like
Yeah.
I vividly remember going to Cece's Pizza Buffet the one time
Boldly
on
going to
fucking
Cece's.
like no, we don't go on vacation.
You went to Ford's Garage or whatever, you know.
Once,
Yeah.
yeah, which
Fancy.
is pretty modern, and I didn't get a steak there, so yeah.
So I can relate to that. Like I didn't start like eating at nice places till like Caitlin and I were old enough to
Yeah, no, I've
have our
I've
own
been
money
to,
and gold
like,
places.
You're like, oh, we should do something
2
special.
or
Yeah,
3
yeah.
nice places, which I was like, I'll wear like a decent shirt to.
Like the,
Yeah.
the nicest place you've probably been to is Uptown. Other than that,
I went
it's
there one
all
time
right.
on the bike, so like my hair was all fucked
Yeah.
up and shit. Like
we were wearing
wasn't even
hats
that
and stuff
great.
in
Yeah,
Woody's. So it's like
well,
we were,
yeah,
we weren't impressing, but
but it felt more like a place where I was like, yeah,
like
Yeah,
it
well, fair
feels
enough.
it's dimly lit, you know,
Yeah,
white
yeah, yeah,
tablecloths. You know, it's like
Right.
okay, this should be fancy.
yeah.
We just weren't.
It was
we weren't.
it was like again more, like I've never seen market price on any menu that I've ever been to in especially the Illinois Valley.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. That means it's expensive as shit.
cool. Good. Yeah. Now I know.
Now you know. Next
Now,
time you'd be like,
I saw it
"What's
when I saw the
market
bill.
price?"
I'm like, ooh, oh, but yeah, my mom was like, oh, here's like, she gave me $200. I'm like,
oh,
appreciate it, but I learned my lesson. Like, I don't just need this. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, all right, what? Like, go to your Christmas present. I'm like, I want a Blackstone. I want a folding 22-inch Blackstone grill. That's what I want.
that's it. That's your
So
one.
I think we also do like the saran wrap balls.
No, you're the only person I've ever heard do that.
Have you seen the video?
I know what you're talking about because I know
Yeah.
you, but
Okay,
no
yeah,
one else
so-
has ever.
I know.
done this.
Yeah.
So saran wrap ball, typically it's a Christmas style game. You'll have things wrapped up in a big ball of saran wrap. So like
Okay.
typically it's like cash or like we do lottery tickets. We also do like the little like dollar shooters or whatever you get from the gas station.
Right.
But yeah, it's just kind of like like this
Yeah,
one's like full of like snacks, Twix and
Right.
stuff. Yeah, like it's kind of like whatever.
But just a ball with stuff in
The
it.
thing is like so how we do it is you have a cup with 2 dice in it. If you throw the dice, you have to get doubles, any sets of doubles.
Mm-hmm.
When you get doubles, the mittens, what are they called? Cooking mittens, cooking gloves,
oven mitts.
oven mitts. Thank you. I was getting there.
Not really. Very
So you have
slowly.
oven mitts on while you're trying to unwrap this
They kinda slow
saran
you
wrap
down.
ball. So it's really hard to unwrap it. Yeah.
Right.
So you have the oven, like you get past the oven mitts, which some like I can throw oven mitts off. Some people they have to like do like
One,
get
like,
their
finger at a
teeth,
time
and I'm
somehow.
like, just fucking point your thumbs to your fingertips and throw them on the
Knife
table.
hands and
Yes,
throw.
essentially. I'm like, what are we doing here? Yeah. And so we've done this for a couple of years now, but yeah, so we're gonna do saran wrap balls for me and my sister, which ours will have lottery tickets, cash, and shots. Apparently, well, maybe we are like our
not
personal
sure
ones
yet.
might not, but we also have a close group of family friends who are gonna come over, which we did this for the last couple of years, which is it's the our both our families like we just kind of throw
A
it
group
all together. We do
Christmas-ish.
like
Yeah.
this year is actually more official than usually they come like 8 or 9 o'clock. We drink and do the saran wrap ball, and then we just play cards or whatever till
Yeah, it's
we're
kind of an unofficial.
till we're gonna
thing.
go to bed.
Right.
But this year, apparently, it's gonna be like we're gonna do like have dinner at like 4 or 5 p.m. Like,
You got it scheduled out. Now.
yeah,
You
I'm
get a little
like,
bit
if
more-
my mom asked me like, what do you want for like this, like what we're
The
gonna eat?
meal.
I'm like, what do you mean? Like we like there's a thing of sweets and like an appetizer and like that's it because it's 9 p.m. Like I don't know
Right.
what you mean. She's like, oh no, we're doing like starting at like 3 p.m. this year. I'm like,
Okay.
whoa.
Ours-
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, ours is a whole day endeavor. There's no.
Well, this isn't even Christmas. This is after Christmas. This is
Yeah.
the Friday. This is
your Friday.
This is
event.
what I'm
That's why
busy
at
with on
3 o'clock
Friday.
You're busy.
So I'm like,
Okay.
what the fuck is going on?
What's going on?
But yeah, but that one is definitely going to have shots, lottery tickets, and maybe some cash.
Sure.
Or,
You're
lesser
hoping
amounts,
so,
I guess.
yeah.
But essentially, my entire Christmas gift is going to be wrapped up in a saran wrap ball.
You to earn it. Yeah.
Yeah, which if we get lucky and get a couple good scratchers with, like I think the most we've ever won do with any scratch offs, because when I was like in high school, maybe we had or like I think 8. Like once me and Nikki both turned 18, it was like we got scratchers in our stockings, you know.
Sure. Yeah. We always
'Cause
do,
that-
we always
'cause
get
that's-
one.
I was that's a decent stocking stuffer. It's like a 1 or 2 or like
Yeah, here you're-
like a $1 one and then like a $20 crossword puzzle
It's
one or
something
something.
like, here's your chance to get rich.
Yeah.
Thank me later. You know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it
never
whatever.
works.
Either way.
No.
But yeah, so we're gonna do that whole deal is gonna be Friday after Christmas is that. But like I
Yeah.
said, my actual Christmas gift, my mom was like, "Well, I'm just gonna put all that cash in your fucking saran wrap ball." I'm like,
Cool.
okay,
Okay.
like whatever. I'm
Like,
gonna go
I
to
guess.
fucking Walmart and buy a Blackstone. Like whatever, man.
Go buy custom oven mitts that are like fucking super grippy.
Yeah, they do have those like,
they have, like-
rubber ones.
Yeah,
no,
they're like
these
the
are the
hospital
cloth.
socks.
Like, yeah, no, these are.
So you can't bring your own. What kind of
No.
rigged?
Stupid.
Rigged.
Pretty sure they're just the ones my mom uses.
Oh,
I'll be
yeah.
honest.
Probably.
Yeah.
You gotta get
yeah.
welding gloves, but get them nice and crispy first, so you can't feel anything.
Oh, they're
through
really
them.
stiff.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd probably be way better,
Be-
dude.
It might be better because you can like dig in, but you have no dexterity.
Well, at some point, if you pinch hard enough through the oven mitts, I'm pretty good at like
You gotta figure it out
unraveling
now.
shit.
Yeah.
but it's also like luck of the draw is like because like we do have candy and stuff in it too. It's like sometimes like I'll unroll shit. I'll get a couple $1 bills and like a shot of.
get some Fireball. or
I'm
some
assuming
fucking-
neither of you done. No, Fireball would be good. Have you ever done the banana 99-cent shots?
No.
No, I had a child. I have a family that likes me.
Yeah, well, my mom was like, she just went to the fucking whatever
The dollar-
liquor
yeah.
store and like bought the cheapest shots you could
Grabs
find.
a bucket of shots. And,
The cheapo $1 shots are their 99-cent brand.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of the shot.
yes,
Yeah.
Is
I know exactly the ones you're talking about.
Yeah.
These fucking things.
the banana? I would rather take a 9mm to the fucking roof of my mouth. I
Yeah,
swear to
these-
God.
These all 99 proof. Okay, that's
Or
what they're
99
brand.
proof, but they're also like $1 a piece.
Yeah.
The banana is the worst fucking thing I've ever tasted in my entire
Like
life.
the peach might be tolerable. The rest of these are all sound
Watermelon,
awful.
maybe. Apple, banana.
Banana.
Fucking, just because I know what the banana is, we've only ever had the banana. And it's
Oh, God.
fucking terrible.
It sounds like the worst.
Oh, it's
one.
the worst.
I guess it's a punishment, not.
Oh, it
not a
sucks.
gift.
Yeah.
But like the first year, I remember me and Nikki did this. It must have been the year I turned 21 because we did it, and my mom didn't think about it when we were doing it. But I was the first one to unravel a shot, and I told my sister mid game, like
Take them
we're-
as you get them.
I'm like, You have to throw the gloves off and pound it before you continue to unwrap.
Till you realize there's like 30 shots.
My
in this
mom's like,
ball.
yeah, but that's what my mom was like, no, there's like 20 shots in there. Do not. And this is just me and my sister's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, your
Christmas
little team
ball, you know?
one.
And
Don't
so
do
my mom's like, do not, like 1 or 2, like you will fucking die.
There's too many
if
in
you
here
do
for that.
these as you unwrap them. I'm like, oh, that would have been so fun though.
Like, it'd be really fun for about 5, and you're like, oh, a banana again.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No, I would have fucking called
Violently
time
sick.
out on banana. Oh. It's
Yeah, like
so
the first
bad.
3 you have to do, and then you can just keep going. or
Yeah.
something.
That maybe that'll be the rule, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bad.
that could be a problem.
real
quick.
bad.
Oh yeah.
Get a peppermint one after that, and just fucking.
Oh, yeah. No, we had like a couple like I think we had Captain ones, which are okay. Fireball. We had they were cold. We put the
that-
whole thing in. We put the whole Saran wrap in the freezer,
Make it
so they were all
tolerable.
kind of cold. but
fair.
like it still sucked the banana.
still
Like it
not
just it
good.
was so bad. Oh,
It sounds
like
awful.
Rumpelmans or what's the Malort.
Yeah.
Malort and the 99 proof fucking banana are on the same level.
They're both
I'm not kidding.
awful.
I hate both of them.
Yeah.
Illinois staple, terrible things.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
just the worst.
Garbage.
Yeah.
So damn.
But yeah,
I
that's
don't remember
my
how we got onto that, but
I don't even remember honestly. But yeah,
fucking.
saran wrap balls.
Oh, because I said next week will be our Christmas. We'll have stuff to talk about.
oh
yeah.
That's
Like, oh, we'll get shiny new things. You're like, shiny?
Oh yeah,
I like shiny things.
I might get a
Saran wrap.
Blackstone, or I might go buy myself a Blackstone. I
Cook a
guess.
steak on
but-
it. That's your first
Yeah,
job.
there you go. Yeah, cook a better than a $52 steak. Fair.
If you spend $52 to make a single steak, it's gotta be better.
God, I hope so.
You
Holy
couldn't
fuck.
make
I'll
it-
spend $200 on the grill, and we're a quarter of the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah.
All right. I think that's enough. I don't think we need to drag this on any longer.
Yeah, I'll tell you how hungover I am next episode
Yeah.
after
Oh,
fucking Christmas.
No, because yours is on Friday.
Oh
We're gonna-
yeah, fuck.
We have to wait till Saturday. We can't do that. Wait
Well,
till-
me and my sister apparently have saran wrap balls for Christmas Day too.
You're gonna be
so-
back to back hungover.
Well, it'll be. I'll have Thursday as an in between.
You're
there
to come
you go.
here sunglasses on. Like
like,
I don't want
guys, there were the banana shots.
it was all banana shots.
Yeah.
They just wrapped a bucket of shots in there. Take them as you get them.
Oh God, no, thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.